Hello, everybody. We should be live, and I believe we are. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. The Montreal Canadiens played tonight against the Edmonton Oilers, and we would end up losing. Yeah, it's a Saturday. I'll be honest. I'm not expecting many viewers. You guys are probably out partying, or you guys are probably out doing the drugs. Um, but the Montreal Canadiens again played the Oilers. Cameron coming in saying Leafs win, but sorry for your Habs. Thank you, my guy. Michael, how's it going? Michael Stroff, how's it going, my good sir? Thank you for coming by to the stream, my friend. Yeah, I usually read comments before stream, but there's not many, surprisingly, this time. As they come in like usual, I will read them. The open lines for the Canadians were Lehkonen, Suzuki, Toffoli, Pitlick, Evans, Anderson, Dauphin, Paling, Hoffman, and Pazetta, Vedemo, Paquette. Lemonhead, yeah, Kane scored, but here's the thing: it wasn't even like it was a good goal or anything. He just fucking tipped in a stream. Hey, Michael, thank you, man. I'm really happy to hear you like the streams. I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you very much. Kulak, Petrie, Sherratt Savard, and Romanoff Weidman were the defense pairings. Samuel Montembeau will get the start at once again, and Caden Primo backs him up after a garbage start last game. Michael, I don't have TikTok, unfortunately. I've considered getting a TikTok just for a meme. I've considered getting TikTok, but no, unfortunately, I don't have TikTok. If I did, honestly, you guys would not want me to get a TikTok. You guys would not want me to have TikTok. Harry, Kane is so trash. He's overrated, and the Oilers are a garbage team to sign someone like Kane, Evander Kane of the Oilers organization. I heard that. Fazio, thank you, my guy. Michael, I'd consider it for sure. I think it'd be funny. I'd probably post actual funny memes on there. So who knows? In the future, maybe I'll get a TikTok. We'll find out. Opening lines for the Oilers were Kane making his Oilers debut, McDavid, Diababoto, Fogel, Draisaitl, Puyarvi. Owen Tippett is said to be on the block for the Panthers. I can see a first Lemonhead. If Tippett's on the block, I would do Sherrod for a first Owen Tippett. I really, really like Owen Tippett. I think he could be a really, really good second line right winger in the future. I really like Owen Tippett. If the Panthers were willing to give him up, I'd like that. I'm trying to convince my mom. Said she'll let me donate to you. Hey, Michael, I appreciate that, my guy. You absolutely do not have to donate to me, but that is much appreciated, my guy. That means a lot that you'd even consider donating to me. Thank you very much, man. Samantha, hey, is the game still on? No, it ended about 10, 15 minutes ago. I'm up here for the recap, like usual. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming by, Samantha. I heard the Canadians are considering going after Crystal Tang. Fazio, that would have to be a free agency move. I cannot see us A trading for Crystal Tang or B getting the delusion that we're going to be trying to compete for a playoff spot this year. I believe we are legitimately eliminated by now. I'm 99% sure of it. So, yeah, I cannot see us getting Crystal Tang. Um and yeah, exactly. Crystal Tank does not make sense if we're rebuilding. Exactly, Lemonhead. But yeah, I don't even think I'd want to get Crystal Tang in free agency if we're rebuilding. I'll be 100% honest. I would not want to get Crystal Tang regardless if we were rebuilding or if we were even contending. Sherratt's playing like he's on vacation. Well, Bob, I'd say that about Savard. But yeah, Bob, Sherratt, not amazing. Not amazing. Have a good night. I'll be back a little later. Hey, thank you, Michael. Appreciate it, man. Oh, okay. It's nice being back again. Low key, you're cool. I don't even watch hockey. Hey, Samantha, thank you so much for coming by. How did you find the channel? How did you, what did you do, to find the channel? Did you see a previous video? Did you click on for like the crying funny thumbnail or I'm interested in finding out how viewers who don't watch hockey like yourself find the channel, Samantha Mello. Thank you for coming by the way. Bob agreed, but somehow he's still worth a lot, so we should take it. Yeah, Lemonhead, definitely we should. If a team wants Sherratt, then absolutely absolutely I'm worth it. I am worth it. I am worth it. It is worth it, absolutely. If we can get like a first and whatever. It could go either FA or a trade. Most likely an FA. It would have to be FA. I could not see us trading for Crystal Tang. Because I heard that Letang doesn't want to renew his contract and Montreal's interested in Fazio, yeah. Plus, I believe Letang is one of Kent Hughes's clients. So it would make sense if he tries to get him here in Montreal. I mean, hey, maybe it's some type of genius thing where it's a 1-year deal. Even though we're rebuilding, we do need some good players. He'd be a good veteran. And maybe at the deadline, who knows? Maybe we would end up flipping him next year at the deadline. Maybe flip him, try and get like a first or something. Who knows? I'm gonna butcher your name, Kaplan. How's it going, my guy? Oh, Michael, you found me through Rotarade. Hell yeah, thank you, man. What's up, Harry? Been a while, Cameron. It has been a while, my guy. Thank you for coming by. Just searched up Hockey Games Live, and you holding up your shirt caught my eye, and you're a dope guy. Hey, Samantha, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And hey, that's pretty cool. You just searching up Hockey Games Live brought my channel up. That's actually really cool. That's really awesome, actually. Thank you, man. Hey, Michael, everyone like this video. Yeah, guys, if you guys are enjoying the content, hit that like button. Any little bit of support helps the content boost, and it helps me go up in the algorithm rankings. Harry, after the stream, we should go raid Nolan. Yeah, if he's still on. Fajo, I think we're still going to be live in an hour. I don't think the Royal Rumble is going to. I don't think the Royal Rumble is going to be over. WWE, damn Fajo. I'm surprised you don't like. I'm surprised you don't like WWE. You're like 10. I'm happy the Leafs won and Bunting got a hat trick. Hey, Cameron, let's go, my guy. Let's go. But the opening lines for the Oilers were, again, Kane making his NHL debut with McDavid, Yamamoto, Fogle, Draisaitl, Puljujarvi, Hyman, Nugent-Hopkins, and Cassian, and Shore, McLeod, Ryan. Nurse and Bushbust, Keith, Cece, and Legason Russell were the defense pairings. Stuart Skinner actually gets to start in net this game. Mikko Koskinen finally ends up getting a break in net after being driven to the ground. I'm gonna head out, but you're a really dope human being. Hey, Samantha, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you follow the Habs schedule, which you can literally just look up Montreal Canadiens and the schedule will pop up. If you want to tune in after the streams, you can do that. If you get the notifications, you can. If you want to follow along using the Discord, then hell yeah, that'd be much appreciated, man. Thank you very much. I think you get a very late first-round pick for Sherrod or an early second. Well, Bob, here's the thing. A team like Edmonton, who's apparently interested in Sherrod, it's probably going to be a mid-first. You know? Technically, you could say we could get a very late first if it's a team like Florida, probably. But here's the thing. In a draft that's this stacked, you will gladly take any type of first you can get for Sherrod. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you're going to get a top 10 pick for Sherrod, because no, there's no chance you're getting a top 10 pick unless one of the top 10 teams besides us is extremely incompetent with their picks and somehow still thinks they can run. Buffalo. No, Buffalo's not even that incompetent. But yeah, I could see us probably getting a first-round pick for Sherrod. I mean, it depends. Because if a team like Florida is willing to give up apparently Owen Tippett and a first, it seems could happen. I'd find that a big win because that's pretty much 2 firsts for Sherrod, which I'd be happy with that. Even if you get like an early second, you can probably use that pick to move up a little bit to get into the first round, maybe. So, yeah, I can tell no one understands Ducharme, even when he does post interviews. Him speaking English is harder to understand. King Croc, that makes a lot of sense, my guy, because he is primarily French. I have no words how bad Habs are with the puck in the defensive zone. Erod, I agree, my guy. My dad pointed this out tonight, and it really made me notice. I was like, holy shit, yeah. Habs are really, really bad when they're trying to get out of their own zone. Jets finally ended their losing streak, and all needed was literally Eric Comrie. Fajo, I saw that, my guy. Congratulations on beating the losing streak and finally beating a team. Package Sherrod and Galley because apparently he doesn't want to be in a rebuild for trash teams first next year. Next year to try and get Bedard and Savoy. I think you mean this year, Fajo, because I don't know if Savoy and Bedard have both said. Oh, I get what you mean. Well, Fajo, wouldn't we be getting Bedard, the Russian dude who's the next Ovi, and Savoy then technically? Because the way you worded that was weird. But I mean, hey, if we get Bedard and Savoy, I'd be really, really happy about that. Tavares bullied Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi robbed Tavares on the empty net twice, and Tavares lobs it over Bertuzzi to put in the empty net. Well, Cameron, that's not really Tavares bullying Bertuzzi. That's just Bertuzzi being a good defender, and then Tavares being a baby about it. But yeah, Fajo, I mean, if you package Sherrod and Galley for a team's first next year, Edmonton will be nice. Then yeah, if you can do that, that'd be awesome. Not gonna lie, my own comment confused me too. Fajo, I can definitely get what you mean, my guy. I definitely get what you mean. But yeah, I think Galley should be gone at the deadline if he doesn't want to last through a rebuild. We drafted him 12 years ago. It's just, you know, I just find it weird that Galley wouldn't want to be in a rebuild, even though he's technically been a part of one for a while. I was watching Wings Leafs. Fuck me. And Habs versus Oilers in parallel. And Wings and Leafs can get puck moving up way easier without dumping the puck. Erod, yeah. The Habs, I noticed that as well. It's like, Jesus Christ. Bob, you don't need to eat $2 million if you want to trade Galley. I mentioned this before, and I find it kind of funny that you seem to be going against absolutely everything I'm saying without just agreeing with me once. I find it funny, but we don't need to eat salary to take on Galley. Um we're not retaining salary to trade Gallagher. Like, taking on salary, sure, I could see us doing. Like, say, for example, an Evander Kane contract. Like, oh, trade Galley to the Oilers, and we would need to take cap back, because we probably would, because a lot of teams are strapped for cap, especially the cup contenders. So we would have to take a cap hit or two back. Actually, that actually does make sense. But if you're saying we have to retain $2 million, no, there's no chance. We wouldn't have to. But Erod, yeah, I hate the Habs style of dumping the puck. I absolutely hate it, my guy. Habs coaches in the playoffs were Perry, Price, Weber, Stahl, Byron, 100% the actual coaches this season. King Croc, it does, my guy. It really, really does. It really does. When's Dad Byron back? Faggio, tomorrow. Daddy Byron and Gallagher are expected back tomorrow against Columbus, apparently. Hey, Harry, for once I was cheering for the Habs because Edmonton signed that piece of shit Evander Kane. David, yes. Me too, my guy. I was rooting for the Habs, obviously, like always. And, yeah. Dumb and Chase is so outdated. Yes, it is, Faggio. Edmonton doesn't have any cap space, so Bob, that's why they would trade someone to us to take on Gallagher, because they apparently were very interested in Brendan Gallagher. Let me look up, if I can, real quick. Edmonton Oilers cap friendly. And apparently Google is deciding to not respond. So if you guys can't see me for a second, just blame. Oh, never mind. There we go. Cap friendly. Oh, wait, really? Oh, Dad, Byron, let's go. Yeah, Faggio. He, both Galley and Byron are potentially back tomorrow. I'd say Byron is our captain for now. He, in my opinion, is the best leader we have in the lineup. King Croc seems like it, my guy. We don't have Weber anymore, and he's obviously our captain. Galley seems to want to quit on the team because he doesn't want to last through a rebuild. It's just kind of weird, I feel like we would probably actually have to eat Zach Kassian's contract. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. We could eat Cassian's contract and then technically just buy him out, really. We could probably honestly just buy him out. Because here's the thing. $1.6 million for 4 years. Oh, actually, I don't know, because it expires after 2024. That's probably when most of our big guys are going to start not coming off the books. That's when most of our guys are probably going to be needing extensions. So yeah, Kassian, plus worst case scenario, you can just bury him in the minors or put him on waivers and you get nothing back for him. And you could probably get a first and a second, probably get a first and a second for Galley and Sherratt together, my guy. So yeah. Oh, at least one positive, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Byron back, Galley, he's kind of whatever. But yeah, Byron being back is nice. They'll trade McDavid to keep the cap good, just a cap dump. Probably Faggio. It would not surprise me. I'd say Zach Hyman, but holy shit, no team is taking on that garbage Zach Hyman contract. Like, I think the easy one for them to get rid of is probably Zach Hyman. Not easy one, but the easiest that it would be for a cap dump, especially to a rebuilder, would probably be Zach Kassian for them to get rid of. Probably the easiest that they could get rid of for Brendan Gallagher, because Kassian makes 3.2. They currently have 1.7 mil, so you'd either have to retain or probably take someone back, which Chris Russell, I guess maybe you could take him back, 1.25 mil. Unless you really, really want to get to the salary cap floor, I guess you could take on Duncan Keith, maybe. But I mean, he's 38. I don't think they'd want to get rid of him because he's technically a leader. Maybe you get rid of Mikko Koskinen. I don't know. There's probably guys that Edmonton could trade if they wanted Galley and whatever. There's probably guys that they could fucking do the thing with, Go Freedom Truckers, hell yeah. Nefun, Freedom Truckers. Why does something tell me that's not a good thing? I'm gonna look up Freedom Truckers right now because something tells me that's not good. Freedom Truckers. thousands opposed to COVID-19 rules converge on Parliament Hill. Okay, well, yeah, that's fucking cool then. Hell yeah, that's awesome then. The Freedom Convoy, baby. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I guess. I guess. Montreal is basically St. Louis 2018 splash one year, and the next year absolutely drowned leg of the NHL. Pretty much, Faggio. Or do a 3 deal. Oh yeah, Rakasian heads that third team. Yeah, that actually would make a lot of sense, King Croc. That actually would make a lot of sense. It's okay if Habs lose, but not like last 3 games. Oh yeah, E-Red. Like you said, it's okay if the Habs lose, but this is the last 2 games. It's like not been that good. Faggio, I'd say yeah, similar to Dallas. Yeah, at least St. Louis won because yeah, Dallas was just Cup Finals and then just completely tanked last year. If he was still an Oiler, yeah, James. Yeah, I would say James Neal for a cap dump exactly, or Milan Lucic. How do you donate, Michael? In the description, there's a PayPal link. You have to use the PayPal. I think you can use Streamlabs. I don't know. I don't have a Streamlabs link in the description because I don't get Streamlabs notifications on stream, so I don't put that. But it's the PayPal in the description that you have to use to donate if you wanted to. Hey Harry, sorry I'm late. That Bob Up debate, Gabriel, it was insane, man. That Bob Up debate last night was so fun, and it was just like I was not expecting to be live for nearly 3.5 hours. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, boys, I just want to say from the Edmonton Oilers, I really, really want Ty Tullio. So if we were to trade Sherratt there, I'm just saying I really, really want Ty Tullio. Canadians are fucking awful. T-Dot! Holy shit, it's been a while since T-Dot's been in the stream. T-Dot, how's it going, my guy? Canadians are awful this year, but hey, we're still better than the Leafs, my guy. Harris needs to eat pussy. T-Dot, I would like to do that, but I don't want to. And B, I would do it on stream, but that would probably get me banned. That would probably get me banned if I ate a kitty cat on stream. That would probably get me banned anywhere I post that. So I cannot eat a cat on stream, unfortunately, my guy. Ty Tullio, who currently, by the way, has 18 goals and 48 points in 35 games for the Oshawa Generals. I really like Ty Tullio, mostly because he plays for the Oshawa Generals, but I really like him as a prospect. OnlyFans, brother. Oh, yeah, true, T-Dot. Yeah, true, OnlyFans. That is very true. I forgot about OnlyFans, my guy. The most forgotten Cup finals, the 2018 finals. If you're not a Bruin or Blues fan, Faggio. I don't know. Savard's out for 8 weeks. Oh my God! Thank fucking God he got injured. Oh my God! Thank God. Whatever he sucks, at least an actual good defenseman will replace him for the time being. Yeah, probably NZA. Sorry, I'll have to donate next stream. Hey, Michael, do not worry about it, my guy. Thank you so much for coming by. Much greatly appreciated. Gotta go to sleep. Hey, Michael, thank you so much for coming in to the stream. Thank you for giving me a chance off the road trade. Much appreciated. Hope to see you in the future, my guy. Thank you very, very much. But yeah, so I don't know if we were to trade Sherratt to Edmonton, which I would not be opposed to because we could retain 50% on Sherratt. I would be fine with getting a first and Ty Tullio because again, I really, really like Ty Tullio. I really like him. I keep forgetting he's in the Oilers organization. So yeah, I'd love him. I'm back. Welcome back, Faggio. Welcome back, Winslow. How's it going, my guy? Michael, thank you, my guy. Thank you, man. Hopefully we'll stick with the teammates on like Petrie. Yeah, I don't know what Petrie was doing, man. I don't know. When's Edmondson back? Faggio, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is legitimately as good as mine when Edmondson is coming back at this point. He was supposed to only be out like 2 months into the season. Then he got injured again. Then his fucking dad died, so he's been taking time off for that. And he got injured again, I think. It's been a fucking rough year for Joel Edmondson, man. It's been a really, really rough year for him. Jesus. Imagine we start winning with Savard gone. King Croc, I would not like that. Yes, sir, exactly, Faggio. Reminder, Jeff Petrie off Weavers. Mike Weavers. King, maybe few wins against teams like Sabres and Sens. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, my guy. Hopefully. Casting was a joke hitting Montembeau. Croc, couldn't agree more with you, my guy. Could not agree with you. 7 goals. Misery shared is misery squared. Thank you, Zach, my guy. Guys, go check out Nolan Hockey Podcast. They're actually live right now. Carter of the Nolan Hockey Podcast is live right now doing the Royal Rumble. So go check it out if you're a fan of wrestling. Even if you're not, it's a really fun stream. He's probably talking a bunch of stuff right now. So go check them out, guys. But yeah, misery shared is misery squared indeed, Zach. Congrats on the Jets winning, by the way. But Jesus, yeah, tonight's game was fucking brutal. Jesus. Edmonton would be stupid to trade their first because the pick could be a lotto pick, top 10 pick. Edmonton Well, Bob, here's the thing. They would want a forward from us, probably Gallagher. They'd want a defense from us, Sherratt, even if he is lazy or lousy. Sorry, they would want, they would want Sherratt probably to improve. And lousy goaltender, yeah, I agree with you. Koskinen is not even fit to be a backup in the NHL, I'd argue. And he's pretty goddamn bad. So, yeah, they'd probably want Price or Allen, but Price was apparently deemed an untouchable. So, yeah. But yeah, Bob, I mean, Edmonton would be stupid to trade their first, but it's Edmonton. They would be the team to do that. From what I can tell, he just doesn't give a flying fuck. NZA, yeah, it seems like he really doesn't care right now. But at least try to stick up for someone who just got hit by a dirty fuck. Yeah, NZA. I mean, maybe he didn't see it, but meh. I mean, I'm kind of whatever about that. Montreal wouldn't take Cassian. Remember? Well, yeah, Bob, we got rid of him because at the time he was fucking snorting cocaine with Alex Galchenyuk and wouldn't stop partying with him. So, you know, um, no point in losing all games. Well, you're right. That's actually the point of losing. You lose when the Yotes and Sabres and Kraken are winning, so that way they keep getting boosted. So that means they keep getting boosted in the rankings, and you're staying the worst team in the league for sure. And then if you end up winning a couple games, you're going on a small win streak of 3-4 games, which I know it's Montreal, but you never know. But if you happen to go on a 3 or 4 game winning streak, oh, all right, that's fine. We're still the worst team in the league by a while, so yeah, we're not gonna, get down there. We're not going to get out of there for now. Also, Bob, keep in mind, remember, it was Bergevin that got rid of Cassian. It was Bergevin that got rid of him after acquiring him. I think it was for Brendan Press. So we actually won both those deals, funny enough, for Zach Cassian. But yeah, who knows? Maybe Gordon would take on Cassian, even though they are in the era of they want young, skilled forwards. Maybe. Who knows? I do think that, even though we do want the young skilled forwards, maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it to take on Zach Cassian, because with us getting rid of some guys, we're going to need to get to the cap floor if we want to make sure that Cassian might be a decent guy to take on for a year. Who knows? Yeah. Recap of Edmonton's season. Still injured to start the season 2 months. Oh, shoot. He's almost back. Oh, wait. He's injured again week to week. Dang. All right. Now he's back. Well, his dad died. F for respects. Yeah, guys. Press F in the chat to pay respects to Joel Edmonton's dad, unfortunately, being lost this year. So might as well entertain. Well, yeah, that's true. You read. Might as well entertain. But, I mean, forget Cassian. He's a loser. Randy, I agree, my guy. I'm just saying, if we're trying to get Ty Tullio and a first from Edmonton, it might be worth it. I really like Ty Tullio, and that first could end up being a damn good player. Maybe Brad Lambert. Who knows? Or Brad Lambert. Who knows? I forget if it's Lambert or Lambert. I think it's Lambert. If Savard out for 8 weeks, I think that confirms he's staying. Yeah. I mean, King Croc, who's to say there might not be a trade at the draft? Maybe Savard for a third? Who knows? Who knows? Damn that gamer word Kane. Yeah, sons. Damn that gamer word Kane, indeed, my guy. In my opinion, the press for really King Croc? Really? Why do you think getting rid of Brendan Press for Zach Cassian was Bergevin's worst move? Or did we get Press for Cassian? Because if we got rid of Press to bring in Cassian, yeah, kind of a bad move, but bringing in Press for Cassian was pretty damn good. A losing mentality takes ages to break again. Look at Red Wing. That is true. That is true, Rered. Harry, that Nolan podcast for Royal Rumble was lame. No commentary. I'm fine with it. I like it, honestly. All right, now he definitely should be back. He's gotten over the tough time he went through, ripped to his dad, and he's recovered from his injuries. He should be, and he re-injured his injury. Yes, Faggio, indeed, my guy. I agree. Red Wings has mentality. Red Wings had a losing mentality for the past 6 years and still struggling with good squad. I agree. Erod. And it sucks with Yzerman. They have Yzerman as their head coach now. It sucks that they're still losing. If you want Edmonton's first team to take the CC contract, Bob, no, I don't think necessarily. A, who the fuck would take on that CC contract? And B, no, I don't think Montreal would have to take on the CC contract. I don't think so. Yeah, Wolverine Pitlick has been very, very good for us so far. It's now, I think, 6 points in 8 games now, I think. Yeah, because it was 6 and 7. Yeah, so 6 points in 8 games is still pretty solid, I think. Still pretty damn good. I like that, actually. That's pretty good. Bergevin traded Press to Vancouver for Cassian. Oh, Croc, that's not like that bad. I mean, Press wasn't he was a 4th line grinder, not really that great. You kind of had Nick Delory who was going to be coming in. 2 years down the line anyways. So, man. Carmel, trade Petrie. I agree, my guy. Carmel, yes. Trade Petrie for sure. Yeah. I mean, I spoiler for what happens later in the game. I respect Fazetta for going after Cassian, but could it have not been someone who legitimately could it have not been someone who knows how to fight like Romanov, you know? Zach Cassian in Vancouver. I love being an average enforcer no one cares about. Exactly, NZA. Montreal. Well, Zach Cassian in Vancouver and Montreal. I love drugs. Zach Cassian in Edmonton. I love cheap shotting Matthew Tkachuk. Yeah, NZA. Yeah, pretty much. I'm still dead from shoveling 2 feet of snow for 2 hours. Holy fuck, sons. I feel bad for you, my guy. Jesus. Oh, reports say that Edmonton actually injured his back because of all the carrying he had to do in the playoffs, and the weight of fat Petrie got to him. Damn, Fazio. Petrie's on vacation. Bob, no. You're not going to have to eat money to trade Petrie. You're not going to have to eat money to trade Galley. You might need to eat money to trade Price, but then again, given how shown he can be in the playoffs, I feel like there's a team or two out there that would probably be, hey, fucking, what am I going to say? My mind just blanked. Hey, this guy's great in the playoffs. We're willing to take the risk of the 10.5, you know, who knows? But no, you're not going to have to eat salary cap. Why? Because he's a consistent 40 goal scorer on a simple down year. Notice he was injured to start the year, rehabbed the injury, and he's arguably been at least a little bit better than he was before he got hurt. Definitely, obviously not on pace for 40 points. He's not even on pace for 20 this year. But just notice that. Thank you. I have respect for Habs that played with their heart, such as Gallagher, Prust, Weiss, and Bégin. Randy. Yeah, I'd like that, honestly. Yeah, Prust. I did like Prust. Weiss is kind of an asshole. Galley is okay. Never saw Bégin, so I can't comment on him. But yeah, Prusty was good, and Galley is all right. I like that. I haven't been on the streams this past week because I feel, hey, Cameron, hopefully you're all good, my guy. Hopefully you're all right. Petrie's supposed to be our leader while everyone is out, man, to squat. He's planning to keep us in Edmonton. Exactly, Cameron. Exactly. We already had 2 teammate altercations. I can smell a third one coming from the fucking plane air in my room. Hey, well, NCA. We'll see. Carmel, that I don't get Petrie to the Red Wings. I don't get what those rumors are coming from. Unless it's rumored that Detroit is called Montreal for Petrie. Those it wouldn't make sense. Like, obviously that still means it could happen, you know, just because a trade wouldn't make sense doesn't mean the team still won't do it. Hell, Kane to the Oilers. You know, but for me, I feel like I feel like I'd love Zdeno. I would really like Zdeno on the team. I really like him. But the Red Wings, it wouldn't make sense for Steve Yzerman to do Petrie for Zdeno. Trade Byron to the Isles already, Suns. I wish we would, man. Oh, it's Savard out 8 weeks. We're not sure. All right, we'll still. People wanted Savard gone at the deadline, and so did I, my guy. It isn't easy to trade players when you're selling low. Yeah, well, Bob. But it's what you do with that trade. We could trade Petrie for a 3rd-round pick, for example. Trade him for a 3rd when you would get him for a 4th, but you get him for a 3rd because he's a consistent 40-goal scorer. And again, I wish he was a fucking 40-goal scorer. 40-point scorer who's on a down year. Say you get a 3rd. It's what you do with that pick. It's what Jeff Gordon will likely be able to do and get a really damn good player out of that 3rd-round pick. You know? So Petrie, people will look at that trade immediately and think, oh, whoever we traded Petrie to, say it's Carolina for some reason. I don't think they need defense, but let's just say Carolina. That's the first thing that came to my mind that is willing to probably give up their picks. Say Carolina. Oh, Carolina wins that trade immediately. But if that 3rd-round pick becomes a really good NHLer, say a good 3rd-line guy or top 4 defenseman, I don't think we'd really need another defenseman, but let's just say for the Canadiens, trade looks even better for the Canadiens potentially. Sherratt for Byron, elite trade, yes. Or Sherratt. Chara for Byron, elite trade, yes, Suns. I agree, my guy. Yeah, Carmel, yes. He's Suns, yeah. Byron's our captain next year, probably. For real, the last time we had 2 teammate altercations in one season was in 03-04. It was Pierre Dagno versus Craig Rivet, and then Koivu versus Robitaille or Ribeiro. Really? Koivu in a teammate altercation, really? I've had a sore throat, fever, and a cold. Oh, shit, Cameron. Hopefully you're all good, my guy. Bob, yeah, Yzerman isn't stupid, exactly. Yeah, apparently Tom Brady retired, and then it came out that he talked with Tampa Bay, and he's not even close to making a decision. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Fajo. I mean, hey, I believed it. Fucking, I saw that report because I believe the guy who first reported it, he is pretty credible. So it was like, oh shit, Brady retired. So yeah, I actually put that in the notes. I put that Tom Brady, the goat of football, retired today. I was gonna talk about that because it's fucking Tom Brady. But yeah, I kept it, but it didn't happen because it came out before the game that he's not retired. Hard to see. Hard to see it. Erod, it is hard to see, my guy. It is hard to see how bad the Canadiens are playing. Do you think the Habs should keep Lucky or keep? I think you mean keep Lehkonen or trade him. I'm assuming that's what you meant, Wolverine. I don't think you mean. I don't think you mean to ask if we should keep him or keep him. I think we trade him, honestly. Lehkonen, if he apparently can get a first round pick, which is what allegedly is rumored, then absolutely you trade him. You know, because he's apparently pending. If he's a pending UFA, I gotta check real quick. If he's a pending UFA, then absolutely you get rid of him. If he's a pending RFA, then yeah, probably you should get rid of him. All right, let me look. Arturi Lehkonen. Oh, he's a pending RFA. You might arguably be able to get like a small little bit more out of him actually, because you know, he's an RFA. He can get qualified. Might be able to resign with that team. Who knows? If you can allegedly get a first round pick, which is probably going to happen because we put him on the first line. He's looked pretty good recently. I think he could. Yeah. So yeah, in my opinion, I think you trade Lehkonen. I like him. I really like Lehkonen. But if you're going with a little bit of a younger guy, he's 26. He's probably about to reach his peak, which is maybe a third liner on some teams. And for those who are saying, oh, you can't get a first liner for a third round, just a reminder, David Savard got a fucking first round pick as a top six, as a sixth defenseman. Nick Foligno, who was a fourth liner for the Leafs, got a first and a third, I think. So don't say Lehkonen can't get a first for the Canadiens. Then the season, Alex Romanov. Oh, yeah, I forgot Romanov and Armia happened. Then Drouin, Kulak. Who's next? Pizzetta, Petrie? Hey, hopefully. Hopefully Pizzetta kicks the shit out of Petrie. Well, punches the shit out of him, because if he kicked the shit out of him, he'd be stabbing him with his fucking skate blades. So hopefully he punches the shit out of Petrie, I'll say. It's really confused, but to recap it, apparently he didn't recap. He didn't retire, and the Best of Football reporter said apparently he did. Yeah, Fajo. That's how convincing the reports seem to be. Well, Cameron, yeah, from what it was reported, Brady talked to the Buccaneers, and he said that apparently he's not even come close to a decision about retiring. I feel Monty is just playing injured constantly. Ducharme should have given him a couple games rest and gave him McNevin a chance. I agree, Carmel. I liked what I saw out of McNevin in preseason. The one game he played this year definitely was not great, which is why I would have liked to see him get at least a second chance. But yeah, Ducharme is an incompetent head coach, and I think we all know this by now. I believe, I think everyone believed he fucking retired too, Fajo. I agree. I have video footage from both teammate altercations, but I don't know if I can share them, and they're in French. NZA, if you can share them on the Discord, that'd be great. But yeah, I do remember the Drouin one, because Drouin / Kulak, and Kulak decided to be a little bitch and go back after him, so Drouin defended himself. I think everyone did. Yeah, Cameron, yeah. Brady to the Cowboys, he wouldn't run it with no timeouts with 14 seconds left in the off. Well, I mean, Suns. Cowboys would have to get to the playoffs. No, but seriously, yeah. With Brady on the Cowboys, they'd probably get out of at least the wild card game, at least. Sherrod over Savard. Savard got traded for a first. Exactly. If Savard gets traded for a fucking first in a really bad year, then Sherrod is worth a fucking first on an actually good year. People mention trades, but you need to think if that team can fit that player in their cap room. Well, Bob, one, you can retain 50% because Sherrod's making 3.5. Retain half, that's, I think, 1.75. I'm not great at math, but roughly 1.75, somewhere around there. Most teams can afford that. And if they still can't, you just take on a player. You just take on a roster player in return. You know? So yeah, just looking at our pending UFA and RFAs, before we get to the game, I want to talk about this real quick. I'll probably make a full-out video on this of who I want the Canadiens to trade and keep them, whatever. Lehkonen is actually the most expensive forward upcoming RFA. Or UFA at $2.3 million. So you could probably retain 50% on him if a team that wants him can't full out afford him. So retain, that's 1.15. I think a team would easily give a first for 50% retained Lehkonen if he fits on a third line PK role, potentially a PP role. Paquette, trade him if you can. Get like a fifth if you're lucky. Pitlick, you keep him. I think he's been really good with the Montreal Canadiens. You just see how much he wants, and then probably qualify him. Dauphin, I'd keep. He's a good bottom. He's a good. He's a decent, all right bottom line guy. He can fit in your AHL plan if you need him. Vedamo, I'd keep him. He's decent in the AHL. All right, fourth line guy for injuries. Pizzetta, again, good fourth line guy. He's that kind of energy guy that some teams like. I'd keep him. He's only 23. You never know. Then for defense, Sherratt, you definitely trade him at the deadline. I think you go with that. Kulak, I like Kulak, but I think you got to trade him. If you can even get like a third round pick for Kulak, which as a fifth or sixth defenseman who can play in your top four when he's if you need him to, I think you can get a decent pick out of or decent prospect out of Brett Kulak. Romanoff and Penning-Arfe, 100% you keep him, obviously. Dude's only 22, and he's already in our top four. He's already really, really good. You could probably re-sign him at about a $2 million AAV. I'd assume a 2-3 year deal. I really like Romanoff. Kale Clegg, I think you keep him. 23 years old. You sign him to a 1 or 2 year deal. You can probably keep him. Weidman, maybe trade him. Maybe a team wants to take a risk on him. And then Caden Primo, you probably resign him, put him in the AHL for a year. Samuel Montembeault, I do think you resign him. Maybe play him in the AHL, run Primo, Montembeault, get Montembeault that experience he needs. Worst case scenario, he's claimed on waivers. So, yeah. And then Perreault, who's currently injured, no team's going to take him on because he is injury prone. Then the AHL, not really anyone I think that we'd maybe trade. So, yeah. Holy shit, we got a lot of guys. Lehkonen over Foligno. Foligno got traded for a first and a third. Yeah, exactly, Fagio. If Foligno gets traded for a first and a third, Lehkonen should easily get at least a first and a third as well, at least in my opinion. I think Lehkonen should fetch at least a first and a third. If fucking Nick Foligno, who put up 0 points, by the way, I believe, with the Maple Leafs. 0 points. You should be able to get a first and a third for Lehkonen on a pretty decent year. Oh, Karma, we can do a poll. Maybe. What do you guys want to do a poll on? What do you guys want to do that? Why are Habs players always fighting in practice? Suns, I don't know, my guy. It's not easy when you have multiple years like Galley because the style he plays in the last 10 years wore him down. Bob, if Galley is 1 year left, I don't think you get a top 10 pick for him. I don't think you necessarily get a top 10 pick for Galley. I do think you get a first. I think his value is barely higher than what it was with the long contract, at least in my opinion. I personally think Gallagher can still fetch you a first. Because again, there's teams out there who were willing to pay Gallagher what he made now with the Canadiens. Apparently, there were teams out there who were willing. So for me, I can definitely see why teams would be iffy about taking him on, but I do think there's a team or two out there that would consider it. All right, Harry, I'm gonna head out. As I said, I don't feel well. Hey, Cameron, enjoy your sleep, man. Yeah, Carmel, if Packard even gets you a 7th, it's what you do with that 7th round pick. Sir, what do you think of the Wild Rangers game? Adam, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I don't know. I didn't see the Wild and Rangers game. Unless it was the one last night. I might have seen parts of it. I forget, honestly. Does Dauphin have any value? Because I'm confused on why we keep talking about him maybe getting traded. Fajo, I think it's because he's a potential fourth line guy and you can get maybe a fourth out of him. So yeah. Check PayPal. Gabriel, I saw that comment. I'm trying to log in. I forget what my PayPal password is, but that's not a bad thing because if I just forget my password, I can just check in either with a phone login or my Gmail. I'm pretty sure it would send me a code. I'm trying to remember what my code is. And I think I remember what it is. I'm watching Royal Rumble, man. Just wanted to wish you a good. Hey, Zach, thank you, man. I'm gonna be checking out your guys' stream. That's why I'm trying to hurry the stream up a little bit. Hopefully, I don't miss too much of the men's Royal Rumble because again, I want to see what fucking Knoxville does because it's gonna be some crazy shit. What the fuck? Lesnar defeated Lashley defeated Lesnar. All right, that was interesting. Oh, yep. All right, so I logged into my PayPal. I'll check in a second. I want to get through these comments first, Gabriel, if you don't mind. Apparently on FHM, Montembeault's a /4. No, he's not, Fagio. Even me, I'd give Montembeault a /3 or /2.5. I think Montembeault's a decent backup potential starter. I don't think he's an elite goalie like FHM thinks he could be. Trade Perreault back to the Jets. Karma, if they'll deal a 6th for Perreault, I would do it. Yeah, Rousey's back in WWE. I did see Randy. That is not too good. Randy, Jesus. Yeah, Randy is Jesus, he read. In America, wrestling fake. In Mother Russia, wrestling real. Yes, it is, sons. Yes, it is. Nick Foligno was considered a way better player than Lehkonen in his career. He was what Leafs thought they needed, so they also were paid. That is a good point, Jason. That is a good point. I don't know though. I still think that I still do think that I do still think that I still do think that Lehkonen right now is definitely better than Foligno. I just feel like based on the year he's having, that people would deal a first and a third for Arturi Lehkonen with the good season he's having. I think minimum we can maybe get a from it at least. Trade Duran Bob. Nah, Duran is a fucking great playmaker. You got to keep Duran in my opinion. If you want to get Caulfield going next year, Duran Suzuki Caulfield or Toffoli Suzuki Caulfield. Easy. Do you think Pat Maroon would be a good addition to the Habs? Adam, for next year, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if we're going in a rebuilding path, you don't really want a guy like Pat Maroon unless he wants to join a rebuilding team to help them. But I don't know if Pat Maroon would be a good fit in Montreal or a good addition, honestly. I like Pat Maroon. I think he's great, not a great player, but he's a great third line kind of role player, you know? Obviously the one-man dynasty, 3 straight cups by himself. I just don't know if Montreal would really, really want him, you know? Trade you around for Sergachev. Nah, Bob, we don't need the typical dirty Russian defenseman, my guy. We want good playmakers, which is what Drouin is. We want those guys that don't get suspended and don't take really bad penalties for fucking ramming someone's head into the ice. Sergachev on Galley. Sorry. I had a little something in my throat, my guys. FHM 7, 2.5, 4 last I checked in some leagues. Jesus, Fajo, 2.5, 4. That's surprising. You should do a poll on an opposing opinion you and Bob have and see which one wins. King Croc, that'd actually be really interesting. Bro, the Habs should trade for Putin, 69 years old. Yeah, you can still rip 8 goals a game, my guy, sons. Honestly, that'd be very big brain of the Habs. All right, so checking my PayPal. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Because my balance just went way up. Holy shit, Gabriel. My guy coming in with the $25 dono. No message at all. Just says fucking nothing. Just coming in with the $25 dono. Gabriel, my guy. Thank you so much, man. The first donation in almost 2 months. The first donation since Marcus Hunt. I don't know if he's still in here. I would add your name to the big dono board again. But unfortunately, it's still not opened. I have like 3 or 4 donations that I have to put on the big ass not dono board of non-donations 2.0. I will show the board though real quick. I will show the board on stream really quickly. Oh, fuck me. Oh, wait. Okay, no, that's start. Okay, let me go from like July because I feel like that's when we have things to come in. So yeah, guys, this is the big ass Dono board 2.0. I'm going to try and back up as much as I can. Again, this is the big Dono board 2.0. I can't even fit. There we go. There we go, boys. That is the big Dono board 2.0, my guy. I'm going to try and open this as soon as I can. I think I'm going to need my dad's help because I feel like this is one that it like can stand on its own. I think that's why I got this for Christmas because it's one that can stand like on its own. Even if not, I can just lean it against my wall because it's a slanted wall. It's a slanted wall. So yeah. Gabriel, my guy, thank you so much for the $25 donation. Much greatly appreciated. I love that, man. Thank you so much. You guys never have to send me donations. Just the thought that you guys want to is greatly appreciated. Gabriel, thank you, my guy, for 25. That is either going to go to the computer fund or that's going to go towards there was something else I wanted to get. My mind is blanking right now. There was something else I wanted to get to help the streams. I forget. Either the computer fund or I forget. Fuck. I don't remember, honestly. There was something else I wanted to get to improve the streams. I forget. But either way, Gabriel, your money's either going to go to the computer fund. I was going to say the PayPal fund is also a thing that's going to exist. Fuck it. We're going to name it the PayPal fund now. Donate to the PayPal fund, guys. It's either going to the computer fund or the other fund that I forget. It was something for the streams. I forget what it was, unfortunately. But thank you, man, again, Gabriel. Much appreciated, man. You deserve it. Hey, Gabriel, much greatly appreciated. I tried to do a message. Gabriel, what were you going to put in the message? Because type it out in chat and I'll read it out. I mean, I read out any message either way, so it really didn't matter if you had a comment in there or not. But thank you again, man. Appreciate it. You share the videos of the 0304 altercations. Thank you, NZA. No chance Drouin stays. Oh, no chance Drouin stays after contract. If not before he's traded. If not before he ends up getting traded. He was Bergevin's guy. Now there's a new regimen, and Drouin is always hurt. Well, Jason, here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. I think a lot of Habs fans do really like Drouin. I think a lot of us are. Yeah, guys. Actually, yeah. Get Dono hype in the chat for fucking Gabriel. Get Gabriel Dono hype in the chat, boys. Shout out, fucking Gabriel for the donation. Holy shit, that's awesome, my guy. That's really sick. Thank you so much, Gabriel, man. But yeah, again, Jason, I think a lot of Habs fans, myself included, do really like Drouin, especially after what's going on. I don't know if we trade him. I don't know if we trade him because of the stuff that's going on with him. Because he's because of the shit that's going on with him. I don't think we trade him because it would just kind of be bad publicity for the Habs. You know, we help out Drouin, get him back on his feet, and then just fucking trade him. You know, I don't think that would be a good publicity stunt for the Canadiens. I do like Drouin. I think he's a really good second line guy. I do think next year maybe is when you trade him. I don't think you're going to want to trade him this deadline. Unless because he does have another year after this year, you can get more than just a first for Drouin, which is what you probably could be able to get for Drouin. If you can get like a first or two firsts from a cup contender like Colorado or whatever, because Colorado has been linked to Drouin because he is because he was former teammates with Nathan MacKinnon, I believe, when they played in juniors. I think it was MacKinnon. He's been linked there. I think you could probably get two firsts for Jonathan Drouin. So yeah, we'll see. You should hang it on the empty space on the wall. That actually would be a sick place for the Dono board 2.0. I just don't know if this is one that hangs up or if it's one that has like legs and it's supposed to just like sit and you don't have to like screw anything. If it does screw in, I'll see with my dad if we can put it like on the wall here, because that actually would be cool. Getting up, going over, writing it on the board. That would be cool. Putting up the Dono board like that. I would like that. That actually would be really fun. Did you see Top Shelf Hockey, THG, Hockey Junkie, and Johnny Hockey? Great name, by the way, Johnny Hockey. Video in the comments below. Jordan hasn't shown us consistency. Well, Bob, have you ever heard of varying opinions? They are hockey YouTubers. A, they may not be expressing them true selves. I think THG does most of the time. And B, they could be saying, "Oh, Jordan's not fucking what the fuck am I saying? Jordan's not himself because he gets injured." Here's the thing. Not having much consistency has nothing to do with A, his mental health, and B, the fact that he gets fucking injured a lot. And Talking Habs mentioned this tonight, actually, and it was a good point. It seems when January or February hits, Drouin gets fucking injured all the time. Every single season, somehow the hockey gods look at him and say, "Hey, you know what, Drouin? Fuck you. We're going to injure you." And they always end up getting him injured. It's funny. Like, it's not funny that he gets injured, but it's just funny that it always happens in January or February that Drouin unfortunately gets hurt. I hate that he gets hurt. You know, I like Drouin. I really like him. But yeah, Bob, again, you know, like, sure, Drouin hasn't shown us consistency, but still, almost half a point per game, I think is pretty solid. I do think that's pretty solid. Is Sean Monahan good for the Habs? Adam, I think he could be. I like Monahan. I think he's a good second liner, potential first liner if he really reaches the potential that he was set to. I like Sean Monahan. I think he'd be good for the Habs, just not since we're rebuilding. Fun for a Byron jersey. Yes, Carmel. Yes, man. In a scouting department, yes, Bob. They made the mess of, if I can get the Canadiens, that would be nice. Come on. Yes, because Bergevin made the mess of us having an underpaid Tyler Toffoli, $4.25 million, an underpaid Nick Suzuki, not even $8 million, not even $8 million, 8.7, $7.875 million for the next 8 years until he's right about to start collapsing in his prime. Not collapsing, but you guys know what I mean. Right until he's like right at the peak of his career, which some would argue is a bad thing. I'd argue it's a good thing. Suzuki doesn't seem like a guy who's super greedy. Us having Jake Evans is a really good third, fourth line center. Us having Alexander Romanov, who's a good defenseman. Us having Cole Caulfield, who should be a 30-40 goal scorer, at least in the NHL. Us having the prospect pool, at least currently signed, because cap friendly. The only thing I don't like about them, they don't show unsigned players. Of us having Jan Misek, Cam Hillis, Caden Gooley, Matthias Norlander, Johnny Fearbrother, Josh Brook, fucking Logan Mayhew, Sean Farrell. Yes, clearly Bergevin, the mess of fucking having one of the best prospect pools in the league, Bob. Get fucking real, my guy. Drouin is a bitch. Drouin is gutless. Drouin is a bitch. Relax. T-Dot, why do you think Drouin's a bitch and gutless? Why? Drouin needs a fresh start, just from a lot of fan opinions. Yeah, nice juicy burger. I agree with you, and thank you. I really like your name. Pretty much just needs a fresh start. Like, I like Drouin, and I think he is good on the Canadiens, but he can be even better on a team like Colorado. Not because he's just playing with great players there, but because, like Juicy Burger said, it's a fresh start. He needs to find a new team and restart and not have to be focused on all the time in Montreal. If he goes to a team like Colorado, where he's maybe I'm forgetting about all the players they have, but probably like the 8th or 9th most talked about player there, boom. You know, the fact that he is, the fact that Drouin is still really good and needs a fresh start, in my opinion, because I think he's been good. You know, I think he's pretty good. You know, and the fact that I find it funny that people are saying, "Oh, he Drouin sucks. Drouin doesn't work hard," when the teammates on his team are literally saying the exact opposite. Drouin's teammates, at least for the past 2 or 3 years on the Canadiens, have always said Drouin tries hard all the time when he's on the ice, and when he's not on the ice and when he's not playing, or when he's playing, Drouin's always giving it his all. Which I find funny that the Drouin haters will not admit that Drouin is at least trying. Because Drouin always does seem to be trying his best. I find it funny. Carey Price is going to address the media for the game versus the Jackets. Really, NZA. Fuck. Hopefully, Sportsnet or TSN, whichever one airs the game, hopefully they have that press conference or they hold that addressing of the media. Because if Price is announcing either, okay, I'm going to be back for the last couple games of the year right now, I'm projected, or I'm not going to be able to play for the rest of the year, or whatever he says, that would be very nice. That would be very, very nice. Whose streak do you think will be broken, as at least one of them has to break, or even both? Corey Perry's streak on losing 2 straight cup finals, or Pat Maroon's streak on winning 3 straight cup finals. Ooh. I think Corey Perry's... Wait. No, technically, both of them. Oh, wait, no, yeah, because either Perry wins the cup or... Oh, yeah, duh. I think Pat Maroon's streak on losing 3 straight cup finals ends. I don't think the Lightning are going to be able to win 3 in a row. Not at $5.5 million. Jason, arguably for second-line center, that's arguably right about where they're getting paid. Nugent-Hopkins took, what, 7 or 6.5 million, something like that? Zach Hyman, who's a third-line forward, is getting 5.5 from the Oilers. I know it's the Oilers and whatever, but still. You selling Drouin low, you dreaming if you traded a player with problems, injuries prone, and attitude problem. Bob, like Drew Seaberger said, Drouin was younger with his rumored character issues that, funny enough, only seem to exist in Tampa. As soon as he came to Montreal, it seems all those character issues, funny enough, went away, and he does seem to be more of a leader. Like the guys he's with said, he seems to always be really hardworking and does really well. So for me, I find it funny that all you guys are talking about Drouin, and Drouin doesn't seem to really care about you guys. He really doesn't seem to care about the people that hate. Miss Antiniemi, no fucking way, Adam. I do not miss Antiniemi in the slightest. He was one of the worst goalies that the Montreal Canadiens have had in the last decade. I hated Antiniemi in his time at Montreal. Suzuki's not underpaid. Bob, you realize that most first-line centers in the league are getting upwards of 8.5, right, my guy? You do realize that, right? I find that really, really funny. I'm a Montreal fan. I find it funny, or I find it funny. Duh. I'm a Montreal fan, but you were wishful thinking if you don't think the shit show won't last for at least. Well, Jason, what do you mean, my guy? What do you mean if the shit show lasts for at least another 3 years? Like, sure, it might last for 3 years because that might be how long it takes for our prospects to like really not really start developing, but make the NHL and start having a big impact. But like, what do you mean, my guy? I don't know why you guys hate Drouin so much. Is it because he can't score? Do you realize exactly, Juicy Burger? I don't get why these guys are hating Drouin either. I don't know if it's because the media hates on him, so these guys are being idiots too. If it's because he doesn't score, which, like Juicy Burger said, playmakers are needed on teams to win. Like, if he wasn't getting points at all, I'd kind of understand. But, you know what? Give me a second, boys. I'm going to get something real quick. If anyone joins the stream, just tell them I'm getting something real quick. I'm going to grab something that's probably going to piss the Drouin haters off. And if you guys were here, I think during 25 Days of Perry, you guys are probably going to know what it is. But there you go, boys. My own Jonathan Drouin little statue figure. Still mint in the box. Still mint. Drouin is fucking cool, my guy. Drouin is perfectly fine. Drouin is perfectly fine under my books, in my opinion. But yeah, like playmakers are needed because playmakers are the ones that set up the goals. Without Drouin, you know, who knows? Who knows? Harry, will Ovechkin break Gretzky's record? T-Dot, abso-fucking-lutely. At this point, it's not if he does, but when. It's whether it's going to be in 3 seasons or 4, pretty much. Drouin is garbage. Yeah, Drouin's better than Dag. Like, sure, Dag had 3 50-point seasons under his belt, but with what he... And here's the thing. I don't think you guys should use, like, oh, he's greatly underachieved in his career for what he was thought of as a star. You guys shouldn't use that. Because Alexander Dag was thought to be a fucking generational talent. And he was always a good not always a good, but he was a pretty okay NHLer. Again, 3 50-point seasons for a guy drafted in the mid to late first. That's good. Like, he played in the league for 10 years. You know, Dag played in the NHL for 9 to 10 years, and he had 3 50-point seasons. That's really not all that bad. That's really not bad. So I find it funny people are going to say Drouin is garbage when there are NHL players who are much, much worse than Jonathan Drouin. Drouin is not obviously a top 50 player in the league, not top 100, I'd say. But Drouin is a lot better than someone like a Cassian or Zach Parise at this point, you know. He's a lot better than the Zachs of the NHL, you know. I find it really weird that people are saying Drouin's complete garbage. His teammates aren't going to bag on him. But Jason, here's the thing. Still, they wouldn't say, "Oh, Drouin's a really, really hard worker." You know, they'd say, "Yeah, Drouin's a nice guy." You know, I find it funny. You know, they'd be saying, "Yeah, he's a good guy. We like working with him." You know, they wouldn't particularly say that, "Hey, yeah, no, he's a really hard worker." They wouldn't be saying that if he wasn't. Drouin isn't a bad player. He probably isn't a bad player either. He isn't a bad player. He needs to be in the right situation, and Montreal isn't it. He's greatly underachieving in his career by what was thought of him to star. Again, Jason, I don't think you can use the potential of a player because look at fucking what's his name in the Tampa organization right now, Sean Day, or he's in the Rangers. I forget where he is. Dude was given exceptional status in the OHL or wherever he was playing. Dude was a 3rd round pick by the Rangers and never panned out. He's played like 4 NHL games. I don't think you necessarily should go off of a player's potential unless they show big time that they can be that way. Drouin played well with McKinnon. And like you said, he needs to be in the right situation. I still think Drouin has done good, even though he does need a change of scenery. He's done good in Montreal, I will say. He has done really good, you know? I think that. I think Drouin has done pretty good. Yeah, sure, he had character problems in Tampa. Exactly. He matured and changed for the better. Drouin really did mature, in my opinion. Niemi was a Greek god. Yes, he was, King Croc. Yes, he was. Suzuki's a first-line center on a Temple team. He said, no. I do think there are not a lot, but there are a good amount of teams that Suzuki will be a first-line center on if he were to be there. Sure, he wouldn't be a first-line center on most other teams, but in 2 to 3 years, he would be. He would be a first-line center in I'm just thinking of all the teams that lead for fucking centers. Colorado, Edmonton, and Florida came to mind. He'd be a first line center in Anaheim. I keep forgetting Troy Terry. No, because they have Zegras. I fucking love Zegras. Actually, no, he probably would be a first line center. But even then, even if he's a second line center, that doesn't discredit. All right, PayPal I can close actually. That doesn't discredit how talented Suzuki is and how good his two-way game is without the faceoffs. He had an altercation with Kulak, but who cares? Teammate altercations happen all the fucking time. When the team sucks, Subban, on the other hand, kept fighting. Yeah, Subban kept fighting people like every year, it seems like. And exactly like Fazio said, playmakers don't score. Playmakers assist. Therefore, Drouin, who is a playmaker, does not have to score. And it doesn't matter if, he was drafted to be a goal scorer or whatever, because clearly he's changed his game. He has changed his game to assist. Yeah, he's got a good shot and he can score, but he's a primary playmaker. When he takes the shot, it's pretty good most of the time. DeFazio, that's true, but at the same time, Drouin has not even been drafted in the HRHSL yet. What moves do you think the Habs need to make? Adam, Trading out Sherratt, Lehkonen at the deadline for sure. If you can, Gallagher and Petrie, if Galley doesn't want to stay for a rebuild. If not, maybe try and trade him at the draft. Yeah, there's a couple good moves I think the Habs need to make. Start focusing on young, skilled player. Getting more skilled young players, I should say, because we have a good amount of skilled young players. But getting a good amount of a better amount of skilled young forwards, mostly forwards, because your defense is pretty damn stacked at this point. And draft a really good goaltender in the next 2 years if you can. That will probably be in the late rounds, because for some reason, good goalies seem to go in the late rounds now. Terrible career for first overall pick. Well, yeah, Jason, sure, terrible career for first overall pick. But notice he was playing in the QMJHL, and it's incredibly easy to score points in the QMJHL. Habs, haha, blame the non-French speaking GM. Hugh, you realize that Hughes does speak French, right? He's from Montreal. Or not, no, he's from Montreal, but he can speak French. You realize that, and he did speak French in his opening presser. Also, Hugh, that is cap. Oilers do not have solid offense. Yes, he cross-checked Sagan, but Sagan started. Oh, yeah, 100% NZA. That Duran thing is 100% on Sagan. And I was happy when Duran cross-checked him. I fucking thought he should have given him more and injured Sagan, in my opinion. Yeah, Sagan fucking Subban just slewfoots people. That's why we call him Slewbon now. Duran's problem is that he disappears after 30 games. Tighter checking, more hitting. Bob, no, fuck that. The NHL is not a physical sport. It is a fucking fast, skilled game. That's why Michael Pezzetta is not a second line forward in the NHL. He would have been in your era of hockey in the 70s and the 80s, but he's not a second line forward in the NHL. There's a reason he's been buried and barely makes the NHL roster on their fourth line. The NHL is about skill and goal scoring. And other coaches study you style of play. Jordan doesn't like tighter checking and hitting. Yeah, Bob, he doesn't like that because he's a fucking offensive player. That's like saying, oh, Patrick Kane doesn't like physical hitting, even though he's a consistent 30-40 goal scorer. You know? That's the thing. He is English, but he speaks French. Like, you get what I mean? I'm sure you get what I mean. But yeah, he's an English guy who can speak really good French. Fuck, I'm waiting for this Rumble match to start. And yeah. Like Sider in Detroit. Yeah, I like Maureen Sider, Hugh. I think he's going to be a really, really good top pairing defense. I don't know if the next fucking Nicholas Lidstrom describes him, though. I don't know if the next Nick Lidstrom, like the next, I'm trying to think, Brian McCabe. I don't know why Brian McCabe came to mind. But like the next Brian McCabe with better defense, sure, yeah. Maureen Sider, really damn good, elite defenseman, I think. Not necessarily franchise. I think Maureen Sider is going to be amazing, though. He's going to be great. He was thought to have better offensive ability going to the NHL than McKinnon. And Jason, that's where the scouts are wrong. Clearly. And who knows? If Duran's drafted to a different team or traded otherwise to Montreal, maybe he does. Maybe he genuinely does have better offense than McKinnon if his career goes differently. But, I find it weird that you're trying to say, oh, he was thought to have better. Like, I still like you guys, Jason, Bob, and all you guys. I do like you guys, even though I'm disagreeing with you. But it's just, I don't think you can really blame Drouin for what the scouts thought of him at the time. That's like me if I say, oh, Lafreniere should be an elite first line forward, and then 4 years down the line, if he's a good third line guy, I say, oh, I thought he was going to be a first line forward, and say I'm a scout, like, oh, he's clearly a bust. Like, no, that doesn't really work. Bob, I thought Drouin's problem was that he disappears after 30 games. Now it's his contracts? I don't think. Oh, yeah, Hugh. Sider is a hit rookie. I do think it works. The name Maureen Sider really does strike me as a really damn good defenseman. Yes, Trevor Zegras, Hugh, who, by the way, I do think top 10 player in the NHL in the future. Not right now, obviously, but he will be a top 10 player in the NHL. I fucking love Maureen Sider. I love Trevor Zegras. He's great. I don't know why you hate contracts. They're always almost finished. Anyway, we're rebuilding anyway. Yeah, contracts won't matter. Exactly. Like, we could sign a guy. Like, we're probably going to get to the point in 2 years where we could probably sign a guy to like one year, 10 mil, who's like a fourth liner, and it'd just be like, meh, bad contract or whatever, like, not to that extent, obviously, but we could pretty much do that in 2 years, and it'll be like, meh, whatever. Bob, like someone I'm sure said, Suzuki, Caulfield, and Sean fucking Farrell, who's going off in the USHL right now. Hey, Harold, sorry I wasn't there the last few streams. I took a break from the Habs. Feel much better now? Hell yeah, Jacob. Or hell yeah, Jacob. I'm glad you feel much better, man. Thank you for coming by. Oh, Hughes was born in Montreal. Thank you, Dixon. I assumed he spoke English, only didn't detect an accent. Yeah, you. Yeah, for someone coming from Montreal, he does sound very English, but I like that. It's like me. Like I've heard people say I sound like I'm from Vancouver with the English accent I have. Exactly. Yeah, King Croc. Farrell will be elite. Suzuki and Caulfield will improve once the charm is gone. Exactly, my guy. Hughes is from the west side of Montreal. Like Killorn and the west side of Montreal is actually mostly English. Oh, thank you, Enzia. I actually didn't know that, my guy. I actually did not know that. Thank you, man. So, Bob, I find it funny. Farrell is a prospect. It remains to be seen if he develops. But you say we don't have any top-end offensive talent in terms of our prospects. That's what you're saying. But we bring them up, and you're like, oh, it's to be seen if he develops. I just find it weird, my guy, that you're thinking that. Because, again, we were talking prospects at that point. So we don't have any top-end offensive talent. I just find that weird, my guy. I don't get any Montreal media. He sounded. I read that. Yeah, Lidstrom was irrelevant. Well, I mean, Hugh. Lidstrom was irrelevant that year, but after that, he became the best defenseman in the league, pretty much. When you overpaid in contract, you don't get Bob. One, Drew Anagan is not overpaid, in my opinion. At least in my opinion, he is probably equally paid for about what a fucking 2 points. What 2 point? 2 point scorer is worth $5 million for what a second liner is worth. Again, arguably underpaid considering guys like fucking Zach Hyman got almost $6 million and got the same amount as fucking Drew again. You know, but just for me, when you overpay in contracts, you don't get equal volume trades. Again, firstly, Duncan Keith overpaid and got that from Edmonton. You know, my guy. Day got 350+ point season, so why do I still hear him? Fazio, it's because, again, a lot of people thought of him as, like, not necessarily Gretzky, but, like, oh my, he's going to be a great, like, generational talent. He's going to be so amazing. He's going to be incredible, you know? And then, here's the thing. Dag apparently didn't want to focus on hockey. Dag did not didn't like, but he just didn't care for playing hockey, funny enough. He was clearly skilled. He just didn't care for playing hockey. So when he got all this first overall hype, he was kind of happy about it, but at the same time, it was like, meh, you know? He didn't really like it. But still, the fact he still got 350+ point seasons and didn't want to play hockey, was in it pretty much for the money once he made to the NHL, I think shows that he was actually like pretty skilled. If he really did want to be in hockey and be skilled, Dag probably could have been, not necessarily to the level of hype that he got, but could have been a really good, maybe consistent 50, 60 point scorer. If he really did want to play hockey instead of going elsewhere or whatever, he probably could have been that. Probably. Brian Lawton was number one. Really? You think Brian Lawton was the biggest bust? An American was drafted number one in 1983, but many forgot him. Really, Hugh? I'm just saying he was drafted 4th overall, thought to be a star coming in. He's been... Jason, I don't think someone who's scored a 40, 50 point seasons is necessarily mediocre. I think that's pretty good. Sure, not for 4th overall, but still. Do you blame the player for playing well? Or do you blame the team for drafting him that high? Galchenyuk had a 30-goal season. He was drafted 3rd overall. Many people would refer to him as pretty solid, I think, for like a late first-round pick or even a mid-first-round pick. He's had several 20-goal seasons and a 30-goal season. Funny enough, all of them in Montreal, I'm pretty sure. You know, it's just kind of weird. Totally not a Dag simp and defending him because he's on Chicago. Sure, yeah, Fazio, yeah, sure thing. Dag was also one of the reasons why Yashin went out of Ottawa. Yashin was hyped, but as soon as Dag arrived, they were more focused on him than Yashin. But then again, is that more so Dag's fault for being hyped, the media's fault for overhyping Dag, or Yashin's fault for being a little bit of a cunt, honestly? Yeah, and HRHSL exactly, Fazio. Cheryl's, I just read that. Honestly, can't blame him. NZA, I mean, I kind of blame Yashin because it's like, hey, focus on me. If not, I want out. You know, it's like, no, you just fucking go out there and prove on the ice that you're better than Dag, you know? When I was a kid, and funny enough, Yashin never really was. When I was a kid, Montreal was the English speakers, Quebec, French. Yeah. Hugh. Yeah, Habs have talent. We're just having a big time down year, in my opinion. Holy fuck, so many fucking comments. I'm going to just probably read these and maybe respond to a couple. Well, we have quantity, but not quality. Bob. Again, fucking Suzuki, Toffoli, Anderson, Galley are good guys. Habs have talent. Thank you, Hugh. Said it in 2020 when they beat us. Habs weren't that bad. Yeah, Hugh. Habs were not that bad, Hugh. I agree with you, my guy. Thank you. When Hab talks tomorrow, what some bonehead. Oh, Jacob, if fucking Mike Hoffman. If Mike Hoffman's there, he's gonna ask. No, the fucking guy who Draisaitl ripped a new asshole to. If he's there, he'll probably ask that. In my opinion, Bergevin overpaid. Okay, well, clearly we found Bob's alternate account. Suzuki, no. Again, most first-line centers are getting upwards of about 8 to 9 million. Suzuki arguably took a pay cut, 7.87, to sign for probably what's going to be his prime years in his career, because he's only going to be 23 next year. He signed, I believe, until he's 28, 29. That's going to be a good contract for us. Drouin, no. As I mentioned several times. As I, again, mentioned several times. Drouin... God damn it. All right, I gotta scroll up a little bit. Again, Drouin was probably not rightfully. The fucking word was I saying? Fucking equally paid for about a second line forward, which is what he is. Gallagher, teams were willing to pay him that much in free agency. Not sure if you can say that's overpaid. Savard, I'll give you that one. Anderson, for what he produces, when he produces, not really. And Evans, again, third-line centers who usually seem to make about $3 million at this point in the NHL, making about 1.7, and when he's just about to reach his prime, probably, no, that's not overpaid. Can't blame him if that was the reason to. I know he had somewhat of a bad temper, but if you're the star in town, you get that spotlight. Again, here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. I think Yashin is kind of an asshole for that, for thinking, hey, focus on me because I'm the star, not the new guy who was just drafted first overall, I just think that's kind of dumb. Price is hands down the best goalie. He was a net for him. Hugh, thank you, my guy. I agree, man. Dan, yeah, Habs looked terrible tonight. We had a few good rushes, but didn't look great. I haven't even gotten to the game yet. Chris Pronger went number 2. Yeah, Jason. Chris Pronger did go number 2 overall. But that's the thing. Do you blame Ottawa for taking the guy who had the most hype because of the scouts? Or do you blame Chris Pronger? Or do you blame the scouts? Sorry, do you blame the scouts for not seeing the future and that Pronger would only become one of the best, if not the best defenseman in the NHL for a few years? Well, one of the best defensemen for 20 years, but the best arguably for a few years. That's what I meant to say. Hughes needs to fix this big mess. All right, yes, here is the fucking ball. Cabbage Lab. Cabbage? Fuck it, that is your new name. You're not Cabbage Lab, you're Cabbage Lab now. Cabbage Lab. Go back and watch the last 20 minutes of the stream. I mentioned how this is not a big mess from Bergevin. And I will argue you're fucking dumb if you think it is. There are stupid GMs like Holland whose days are over. The scouting department went to Tampa. The scouting department went to I see what you mean. You mean the fucking scouting department stayed in Tampa. I know, I'm dumb. Holland went to Detroit, went from Detroit to Edmonton. The department went to Tampa, from Detroit to Tampa to Tim. You guys get what I mean. Brian Law, and he works in Tampa. I did not know that, Hugh. That's awesome. So he finally got a cup ring. Hell yeah. Savard is good. Dixon, I don't know if I'd argue that. Was it part of Tampa's success? Really? Interesting. Bob, yes. Suzuki is a second-line center. You can argue now. But Draisaitl's contract. I'm not comparing Suzuki to Draisaitl. I'm using their contracts as a comparison, as a basis. Firstly, I'm going to check to see who entered the Royal Rumble so far. AJ Styles was apparently number 1. All right, that's awesome. All right, here's the thing. Suzuki is a second-line center right now. I will give you that. But again, comparing to Draisaitl's contract, Draisaitl was paid for 1 year of good production. 1 year of I believe a point per game season, I believe is what he had. God damn it. What's with these fucking Russian bots coming in? We had one good year. Hide user on this channel. Yes. We had one good year. Or he had one good year. And they paid him $8.75 million. And he exploded into the best player in the NHL. The best player in the NHL. At least in my opinion, Draisaitl is the best player in the NHL and massively underpaid. Suzuki gets just under $7 million. I don't think he's not going to be the best player in the NHL. But the fact that the best player in the NHL gets $8.7 million, McDavid gets $12 million, Ovi, I believe, made $12 million, McKinnon making $10 or $9 million or something like that. If Suzuki does turn out to be our first-line center, or even as a second-line center, as a two-way forward who could be extremely valuable to this team, 8.7 is not bad at all. 8.7 is going to be really good because if he's this good now at 22, just imagine in 3 to 4 years from now when he's fully developed as a player. McKinnon makes 6.5. Thank you, Jason. That's weird. Oh, is his contract up this year or is it next year? Because I feel like I remember. Okay, I think I'm remembering rumors then because I feel like I remember. Oh, McKinnon's contract's gonna be up. How much he's gonna make? I think that's from when his last contract signed. So yeah. My apologies. I thought fucking McKinnon's contract was already up and he was making way more. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. But still, with guys like, what Ovechkin and McKinnon are making, Ovechkin and McDavid are making, it could be worse the Suzuki contract. The fact he's still making 8.7, again, for what he will become, is not going to be bad at all, in my opinion. At least in my opinion. Do you think that if Carey Price was on this team, it would be a totally different team and record? Adam, not necessarily a totally different record, but I think it would be a somewhat different team because we lost Weber in the offseason. If we just lose Weber and Price is still on the team, I don't necessarily think we're all of a sudden completely flipped around and we're one of the best teams in the NHL. No, I do think we are better than what we are right now. And I don't think it's really a hot take to say that if Price wasn't hooked on whatever he was hooked on, therefore didn't recognize it and didn't go into therapy or whatever. If Price was still on the team, I don't think that we're top of the league, but I do think we're maybe around 500, maybe around there, So yeah, I don't think Carey Price, that's a totally different record, but I do think it's a different team partially that is motivated to play for Price. Leah's Jets did snap a 6-game losing streak. I just remember, Patrick Hornqvist, who's one of the best 7th round picks of all time, arguably the best, unless there's a guy that I'm forgetting, was the last overall pick in his draft. Yeah, like Isaiah Thomas, exactly, Fazio. The guy we draft will be first line center. Suzuki's the second line center. Well, Cabbage, again, you're clearly Bob's alt. The guy we draft will be first line center. Here's the thing. If it's Shane Wright, they're going to be on par with each other, at least in my opinion. If it's Matthew Savoy, probably. Matthew Savoy, because the offensive generating player usually does get first line center precedence over the two-way forward. On the shame is Patrice Bergeron, which in that case, you're the first line center because Boston never really had a second line center. David Krejci was not that talented to be a first line center. Bergeron was. But, if it's Savoy, then yeah, he'll be a first line center. Brad Lambert, I think, could switch with Suzuki. I think they could be a very good 1-2 C combo, in my opinion. Yeah, Kane got the first goal for the Oilers. Damn, we're going to get to that eventually. What do you think of people who hate on Suzuki and Duran? Adam, people who hate on Suzuki, I partially understand because he's 22. He's billed as our first-line center, which he is right now. And he gets a lot of scrutiny because of his face-off game and because he makes mistakes, which every young player is going to do, So I can kind of understand a little bit where they're coming from, but not much. Drouin, I don't understand at all because he's a really good playmaker. He's a good second-line forward. I like Drouin. Again, he's not overpaid. So, yeah, I probably have a shit ton of comments to get through, don't I? Fuck, yes, I do. All right, I'm going to get through these next comments. I'm going to end at Tyler's comment about how about Kane. I'm going to get to that question. Then we're going to start some of the game because I still haven't even gotten to the actual game review yet. So thank you guys again for commenting. Talking Habs co-host, again, Bob, do you have any original points of your own? Do you have any original thoughts of your own, or do you just go off what people you agree with tend to say? People say, and you tend to agree with that. So that's kind of funny. But Talking Habs co-host Matt Norton, big shout out Matt, and big shout out Talking Habs. Go check him out. Great hockey Habs YouTuber. Says the problem is that we don't have any high-end talent, and the problem is the drafting department. Well, he's wrong. I like Matt, but he's wrong there. It's not that we don't have any top-end talent. Again, Bob, do you watch any of the prospects that we have? Because Caulfield's really good. I like Caulfield. He's going to be a great 30-40 goal scorer when we get rid of fucking Ducharme. Sean Farrell's tearing it up in the USHL, and he's going to be amazing. He's going to be incredible. So it's not the problem is the drafting department, in my opinion. I think if anything, I think the problem more so is with the French first mentality. I think the problem is absolutely the French first mentality of, okay, we need French. We need French players. We need French coaches and whatever. If we get rid of Ducharme and hire, I was going to say Gerard Gallant, but I keep forgetting he's in New York for some reason. I don't know why. But we hired, I don't know, say Barry Trotz. I don't think he'd be fired by the Islanders for this year, but say, for example, Barry Trotz. It's the extreme because he's the best head coach in the league, but I'm using it as an example. And get, say, a Barry Trotz then absolutely, that means that we are easily going to turn this around, probably 2 to 3 years. But then again, we probably wouldn't get Barry Trotz just because, we probably wouldn't get Barry Trotz because we're going to rebuild. I don't think we want the best head coach in the league. Even if it does mean we get the best coach in the league just because we want to go into a rebuild, we don't really want to win right away. But you guys know what I mean. But, we get a good head coach who knows how to coach and can play our young guys. I think that fixes one of the issues. And the other issue is if the Canadiens, with hiring Kent Hughes, not Kent Hughes, or Kent Hughes, or Kent Eru, Kent Hughes, who's English as fuck, even though he does speak French, very English, and Jeff Gorton, who's arguably one of the most English names I can think of, with hiring those guys, maybe you are starting to get out of the French mentality that the media has. Remember KK and Galchenyuk and all the wasted. Okay, Bergevin was with the organization for maybe a month, maybe 2 months before Galchenyuk was drafted. So I don't necessarily know if you can blame that on Galchenyuk or on Bergevin. Again, Galchenyuk had a 30-goal season. Yeah, sure, we passed over Morgan Riley and whatever. But again, Galchenyuk was not really that bad. And KK ends up getting us Dvorak, a first and a third. Well, Dvorak and a third, technically, because we traded that first to Carolina. No, not to Carolina, to Phoenix to get Dvorak. But KK ends with us getting Dvorak and a third. I think that's pretty good. Why can Flames have fans but Habs can't? Exactly, Dan. I don't get that. And now they well, I think it's because there's different mayors, or not different. Well, yeah, I guess different mayors for different provinces, and ours is a fucking cunt, pretty much. Well, an asshole, I should say, because it's a guy. That's our province thingy, whatever thingy mabob. And now they got Kane, just get Sherrod now. Exactly, Dixon. Bergevin's contract negotiations are bad. Team he has had throughout has been mediocre. Yes, Cabbage, because a team that finished first in the East one year and made to the Eastern Conference Finals twice and the Stanley Cup Finals once is very, very mediocre. Very mediocre. Ovi's worth pretty much every penny. Oh, Jason, yeah, he is. I was just using Ovi as a comparison for Suzuki, showing that some of the best players in the league are getting these insane amounts of money, which Ovi, again, is massively worth that money. But showing that Suzuki's contract could be worse in terms of value. In terms of monetary value, I should say. Yeah, man puts up 50, 60 goals a year. He's probably going to fucking get 60 a year. It would not surprise me, But, yeah, he hits everything. He scores. He's a great player. I know a team that can make that trade. Really, Dixon. Who would that be, my guy? Bergevin and Timmins both decided on KK over Hughes and Tkachuk. Well, Cabbage, get the fuck over it. We passed on Tkachuk and Hughes. So what? We needed a center. KK was the guy there. Sure. We ended up getting Suzuki in a trade, and we ended up having Evans. The thing, without KK, like Fazio mentions, he fucking saved us in Game 6. Scored the game-winning goal. If he doesn't score there, we probably lose to Toronto in that Game 6, because that Game 6 was Toronto's to lose. And yeah, they did lose it, but because of KK. So Cabbage, KK saved us in a playoff series, arguably won us the playoff series against Toronto. So, not as bad as you seem to think, my guy. Lundqvist is Lundqvist is the best 7th rounder of all time. Yeah, Jacob. Fucking see, you can get goalies in the 7th round, They just take a little bit longer to develop. And then how about Kane? Trade his price with Tyler. Kane scored on a tip-in, so he's not really even that good. He's a piece of shit. And the fact that Oilers fans are defending him, I think is fucking hilarious in my opinion. And trade his price. Tyler, give us 2 second-round picks, and we'll gladly trade your price full contract. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to get to a little bit of what I want to talk about for the game. And then we'll get back to comments because I want to try and get this over with. Shinsuke was number 2. Austin Theory number 3. Robert Roode 4. So Johnny Knoxville did get eliminated by Sami Zayn. Damn, that sucks. I was hoping they'd do some big spot with him. That sucks. So before the game, Evander Kane makes a shitty debut for the Oilers. Brendan Gallagher and Paul Byron are both set to return versus Columbus. Well, Tyler, we'll take Mikko Koskinen because we're trying to tank, and he's only signed for the rest of this season. We'll take Mikko Koskinen. Give us 2 first, and give us Ty Tullio, actually, please. Give us 2 first-round picks and give us Ty Tullio because I fucking love Ty Tullio. I really, really like Ty Tullio. Totally not if he's a good player or not. Just totally not just because I really like the Ottawa Generals. Totally, he's a really, really good. He's a really, really bad prospect and never gonna pan out to the NHL level. No, seriously, I love Ty Tulio. I think he's a great. Why Tulio? Tyler, funny enough, yeah, same name, same first name. I just really like Ty Tulio. I'm a big Oshawa Generals fan. I really like what he does in Oshawa. He's actually a pretty solid player. And I think he'd click really well with the Montreal Canadiens, honestly. I don't know. I see him working for the Oilers, but I just see him working a little bit better with Montreal. So I really like Ty Tulio's style of play. I really like how fast he is. Really big fan of Ty Tulio personally. So that's why I'd want Ty Tulio. Yeah. Top 9. Yeah, Tulio. I see him being a good third line guy. Maybe a fourth liner. I could see him popping into a top 6 if you need him to for a game or two. But Tulio, I do see him being a third liner. I see him being kind of like Jan Misek, just not as good as a Jan Misek, in my opinion. All right, I'm trying to get through some of this a little bit fast. 4.5. Oh, sorry, geez, I scrolled a little bit too much. Canadians early had a decent push, but there was nothing major. Oilers had a push 6 minutes in. The shots were pretty much 1-0 for the Habs for like 4 minutes. Bouchard had a decent chance, I believe, tied the shots up. 4.5 minutes went by with no whistles. Both teams decided, hey, we want to get the fuck out of town. Let's make this as quick as we can. There's a Royal Rumble on tonight, and we all want to watch it. Habs caused some turnovers. We were looking all right, but there were no shots for us. Then the Oilers score. Bouchard tips a shot in front, gets a shot tipped in front by Evander Kane. His first of the year, so it was 1-0 Oilers. Oilers kept dominating the game. They had all the control. Chris Russell actually rings one off the post. Almost got his first goal in just about 3 years. Then it was 2-0. Russell actually gets a shot tipped by Zach Hyman. I put "and we're fucked." Funny enough, that would not be the game-winning goal. This would be the game-winning goal. Draisaitl scores 3-0 Oilers. His fourth straight 30-goal season. 3 goals in, I believe they said 1 minute and 43 seconds. So Oilers were all over the Canadiens. They looked incredible. Oilers had more pressure. Habs tried to get their speed going. Then Oilers were just getting shots. Monty actually had a really good stop on Montembeault. Habs had a good flurry of shots in the final minute. They were looking for anything. Thank you, NZ. I appreciate that guy. Much greatly appreciated. And the shots were 10-6 Oilers, and they led 3-0 after the initial 20 minutes. So we're done with the first period, guys. I'm going to read some comments now. You need young, cheap talent to build a winner. Caulfield scores a few goals, and the fans think he's the next Mike Bossy. Bob, firstly, I think the correct assumption would be the next Alex Ovechkin, because Ovi is the greatest goal scorer of all time. Mike Bossy is simply second. Maybe even third, because I feel like there might be a guy or two. Oh, fucking Pavel Bure. Unless Pavel Bure, Bure. Probably arguably second best goal scorer of all time. Habs fans overrate their prospects. So Bob, what team doesn't overrate their prospects? Oilers fans overrate the shit out of Evan Bouchard. Leafs fans, I'd argue, overhype their prospects way more than any other fucking Habs fans. So, Bob, I find it funny. Oh, Habs fans overrate their prospects. Instead of saying we overrate our prospects, I find it funny because I don't really think fucking Habs fan, my guy. I really don't think you're a Habs fan. Clip champion, no, I would not want Babcock. I wouldn't want Babcock as my GM. But yeah, you need young, cheap talent to build a winner. Bob, 1, Suzuki, again, is cheap for what he will become. Caulfield's probably going to take a pay cut. Roman's going to take a pay cut. We're building a team around young players, but you're not going to get Suzuki on, $4 or $5 million for a first line center. No, $8 million is pretty damn good. And the fact he got less, 7.87, shows he did take a pay cut to stay in Montreal, in my opinion. I think if he went to RFA status, he could have, or went to UFA status, he could have gotten a lot more. He could have gotten a lot more for what his potential could be. John Teodor, how's it going, my guy? Thank you very much for coming by. And yeah, Trotz works. I was just using him as an example of if the Canadiens were to get rid of Ducharme, get a head coach, and blah, blah, blah. You probably heard by now. I'd rather Tkachuk and Hughes over Dvorak. Cabbage Lab. Here's the thing. Tkachuk and Hughes, we weren't going to get both. Sure, Hughes would have been nice in Montreal, but here's the thing. With how stacked our defense core is going to be, with how good our prospects should be, we don't need Hughes. And Tkachuk, yeah, I'd like Brady Tkachuk. I prefer Matthew, personally. I think Matthew is the much better Tkachuk. So Dvorak, I think, is still something we need. We still need that second line forward who can win you faceoffs and is good on the PK. Dvorak and Evans are both that, in my opinion. Remember when KK saved Montreal in Game 6? Most loved to most hated in Montreal? Yeah, Fazio. Funny. I think if you're double vaxxed, you should be able to have fans. Dan, yeah, I agree, my guy. In my opinion, a rebuild is the time where you build the culture and get the players to buy into the coach's system. So I think we should go for a great coach and a bad team that plays. Really, Jacob? So, okay, well, for example, it's not going to happen. If Trotz is available in free agency, well, actually, yeah, true, because it doesn't guarantee that we're going to win. Because look at Nashville. they didn't win for the first like 5-6 years that Trotz was there. So actually, yeah, we can probably go for Trotz because we could probably be like, hey, you want a cup, you want to help a rebuilder, and potentially win a cup in 4 or 5 years. Because I would love Trotz. I would love Barry Trotz in the Montreal Canadiens organization as a head coach. And like you said, a bad team that plays how we'd want our future to be. I agree with you, my guy. Bergevin's Bergevin's. Oh shit, we actually didn't have many comments. All right, thank you guys. Bergevin's problem is that he cannot judge talent and pay them properly. You cannot pay Price max dollars. Bob. 1. Oh, I would rather trade him away. 1. Price was in the middle of potentially bringing us to the playoffs that year. 2. You're not going to trade away your goalie who the year before won the fucking Hart, the Vezina, and the Ted Lindsay as the best player voted on by the players and best player voted on by the coaches or GMs, whatever it is. You're not going to trade away technically the best player in the NHL. You're not going to trade him away, just because he wants money. And you're not. Bergevin, again, I will repeat this, was damned if he did, damned if he didn't sign Price. Price wanted $10.5 million. Price wanted $10.5 million, or he wanted, I think, 11 or whatever he wanted. He wanted max, let's just say. He got $10.5 million. Here's the thing. When he turns 30, Price played arguably his best hockey in a few years in the last year's playoffs. Bob, we don't get to the Stanley Cup Finals if Carey Price is not with us. I love Jake Allen, and I said this last stream. We do not get to the Stanley Cup Finals if Carey Price is not in net for us. I've criticized Price the last few seasons. I definitely have. But I'm not that fucking dumb to see if Price is in the net, we aren't getting those Cup Finals, And sure, you cannot pay Price max dollars, max term. Max term clearly hasn't hurt us at all because he's still one of the best goalies in the NHL when he's on his game. And 2, max dollars. Again, Price wanted that money. And you can't just say, I'd rather trade him away. Because what are you going to get for Carey Price on an expiring contract? And you're not going to just trade away Carey Price's rights. Get a 3rd-round pick. No. You're not going to trade the best goaltender in the NHL. And again, technically, going off the year before, the best player in the NHL. You're not going to trade him away just because he wants the money that he rightfully deserves, my guy. You're going to, again, Bergevin was damned if he didn't, and I guarantee you would be here today saying, Bergevin should have re-signed Price when he had the chance. I guarantee you would be saying that if we did not re-sign Carey Price. And because he did, you're saying, you cannot pay Price max dollars and max term, because clearly it has not hurt us. Clearly, it has not hurt us yet. It might in the last year or two, but we're still a years away from that. Bergevin will be a better coach than GM. He gets emotional, puts passion into it, but that was his downfall in management. Jacob, I don't think that was really his downfall because we went to the Cup Finals. In his last year, technically his last full season as our GM. I definitely think he'd be a great head coach. That's why I was even suggesting at the beginning of the year, fire Ducharme and have Bergevin dual GM and head coach. That's what I was suggesting at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I definitely think Bergevin would be a great head coach. Like you said, he gets emotional and puts passion into it. And clearly he's building a team that he knows what he wants to do with it. A lot of GM teams, they'll be like, okay, this guy can do this and this. But Bergevin, it almost seems when he hires people, it's to put on specific lines or with specific players. Bergevin would be a great, honestly, GM head coach if ever a team wanted to take that risk and do both. Or have him as a head coach who works with a GM even maybe. Or maybe an assistant GM head coach. Who knows? Bergevin's build of team was very defensive, and I'm glad he's gone because I'd rather offensive first. All right, Cabbage Lab. 1. I'd argue when Bergevin's getting Tyler Toffoli, Josh Anderson, Nick Suzuki, and Cole Caulfield in the lineup, I'd argue that is very offensive and not very defensive. I don't think you can blame Bergevin for what the head coach decides to do. The legitimate head coach when he's not the head coach. I don't think you can blame Bergevin for what the head coach is deciding to do with the team. And also, yeah, I'd rather offensive first. I think Hughes is going to be great. I think Hughes is going to be an amazing general manager. Technically, Jeff Gordon's going to be an amazing general manager, and Hughes will be an amazing general manager when he is properly trained in 3 years. He just has the GM role because he's technically French. Why don't we ask for 5 first for Koskinen? Holland is not as stupid as Milbury. Bob, you massively overrate how fucking dumb Ken Holland is. You massively underrate that. Caulfield doesn't have Ovi shot. Yeah, Bob, who does? Who does have Ovechkin's shot? Caulfield would probably be more like DeBrincat, not Ovi. And DeBrincat's a 30-goal scorer. DeBrincat's was on pace last year, I'm pretty sure, for a 40-goal season. I'm 99% sure that he was on pace for a 40-goal season last year, Alex DeBrincat. So, yeah, if he turns out like DeBrincat, we should be happy. We should be more than happy if he scores 30 goals a year at least, you know? Suzuki's not underpaid. Bob, no, you're a fucking idiot. What I said, you get a first for Sherratt this year. And I'm saying that you're pretty much saying that we're going to get a third for Price's rights. His rights when his contract was expiring. That we're going to trade him away for a third because he wants too much money. No, Bob, you're clearly dumb. You clearly have something wrong with you if you're thinking that I'm saying we're going to trade Carey Price for a third round pick. Clearly, you are that way if you think that. All right, my guy, come on. Come on, my guy. That's just come on, my guy. Come on. Just come on. Come on, dude. Caulfield slapshot is average. Yeah, Bob, what about his wrister? Are you going to mention his wrister at all, my guy? If people are complaining about Gordon becoming hockey ops, yeah, no way Trotz becomes coach. Unfortunately, the French media is too fucking dumb to see that this team doesn't need French coaches and GMs to be good. Trotz won't work. The amount of people that would write would go nuts. I agree with you, Jacob. I unfortunately have to agree with you there. Do you know players' ages? Bob, somewhat. I know Price is 34 right now, and the contract expires when he's, I want to say 38, might be 37. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but those Galley contracts and the Petrie contracts are sure. Yeah, sure, they're a yikes. But here's the thing, Jacob. Galley, again, there's people that wanted to sign him to that contract, and he was looking like he'd still be classic Galley, despite the fact that we all clearly forgot he lost his two teammates that he's had, his two line mates that he's had for the last 2 to 3 years. And Petrie's contract is only looking like a yikes because he's not a 40-point scorer, you know? Paul Maurice's head coach, nope, Dan, I don't want Paul Maurice's head coach, no chance. Holland overpaid his number 1 average defenseman. Yes, he did, Gabriel. Yes, he does. Gabriel, no, I'm stopping at 2 hours. I am stopping at 2 hours, my guy. I'm not going longer than needed. You're dumber than Milbury. Well, Bob, if you think I'm dumber than Milbury, then I don't know what to think of you, because you're the one that's saying I say that we should trade Price for a third when you clearly don't understand anything, and that I was saying that you're basically saying we trade Price's rights for as little as we can get because he wants 10.5 mil. You're clearly the one that's dumb here, my guy. So yeah, I don't know what to say to you. Again, if you have the balls to message me on Discord and we can get a debate going in the future, I'm down for that, my guy. Why did Bergevin decide to not just remove all the coaching staff? Why did he keep Ducharme? He's Garbo. Cabbage, because Ducharme came off a Stanley Cup Finals with his hockey team, and he wanted Ducharme to be able to prove himself that he can GM a team, that he can GM a team, that he can coach a team. He got rid of the rest of them because that's probably what the first step was, hey, get rid of the rest of the coaching staff except Alex Burrows, because he was also new. I believe he was hired, I want to say at the same time with I want to say Ducharme and Burrows were hired about the same time, I think. I'm not 100% sure. They might have been. But, get rid of the coaching staff, and then you go for the head coach. That's what Bergie's mindset was. And I honestly kind of agree with him. I would have kept Ducharme too, because he was the head coach finals and probably the one that did the most. And yeah, it just hasn't happened to work out, Right now, Suzuki is massively overpaid. Well, keep in mind, Jacob, he's not even on that contract yet. That's next year. He's still on his ELC technically for this year. So if you're saying overpaid for $950K, I get what you mean. I'm pretty sure you assume he's in the first year of his contract, which, to be fair, I think a lot of us did as well. I actually keep forgetting. Get the fuck out of here, Russian bots. I actually keep forgetting, funny enough, that he is still in the last year of his ELC. But yeah, if he were in the first year, yeah, right now technically he's massively overpaid. But exactly, when he gets to even half of what he could be, it'll be a pretty fair deal. Exactly, Jacob. And exactly, with the center market right now, Barkov getting what? 10 million, I think, unless it was Huberto that signed. But I think Barkov getting $10 million right now, like, whoo. Again, the contract's going to look great. Price, I think, expires when he's 38 because I'm pretty sure he signed the contract when he was 30, Gabriel. But still, well, thank you for that, my guy. But even then, still, Bob, expiring when he's 38, Lundqvist only started to decline when he was 37, 38. Lundqvist was still way, way good. Luongo he only retired in the last 2 years of his career. No, he only started to decline in the last couple years of his career, you know? Bergevin in the offseason, after the finals, gave into the French media after getting every French player free agent, which has looked bad. Cabbage, you do realize that getting Perreault, Paquette, and Savard doesn't equal A, every French player free agent, and B, isn't really that bad. Yeah, sure, Savard's contract looked bad, but Perreault and Paquette are literally 1-year deals, and they're not going to return. It's literally like, whatever, you know? Maybe, I doubt it, but maybe a team takes Paquette on for depth, gives up a 7th-round pick, maybe. Maybe it's an Eric Gustafsson type of deal, you know, except without it looking really, really bad for Philly because we then go on to the Cup Finals. But you get what I mean. You know, I just find it weird that you're saying, gave into the French media after getting every French player free agent, you know. I find it weird that you're saying, we gave into the French media. It's not like he signed Paquette or Perreault to like 5-year contracts. Like, no, they're just 1-year depth deals. He didn't go out and acquire Jonathan Huberdeau, give up 4 first-round picks for him or anything. Nah, dude just got depth and a defenseman, you know? I find it weird you're saying that. Koski, a first round if we win the cup. If we first round if we make the cup, if not a second this year, well, then you're just guaranteeing that we only get a second this year then, Tyler. You're pretty much just guaranteeing that we get a second this year. First next year and a prospect for price for retain 50%. Tyler, include another second rounder and we would probably retain 50%. Actually, if you include another second and like a third, then we'd probably do that because price retain 50% would still be kind of pricey on us. Barkov is way better than Suzuki. Well, Jason, yeah, I'm just saying like Barkov getting like 10 million is just like comparative to what Suzuki could have made. Because necessarily first and second line centers are almost kind of getting the same thing, it feels like nowadays. Kadri's probably going to get $8 million on the market because he's having a career year. You know, that's like the same thing. If Suzuki was having a career year this year, we'd probably if Suzuki was having like a 70 point year, we'd probably be giving him Barkov money, even with Ken Hughes or Bergevin. We'd probably be giving him that big contract. So 7.87 for what he could become is pretty good. We should trade Price before his last year. Bob, no, you're not going to get multiple draft picks and prospects for 38-year-old Carey Price. See how it works now, my guy? But even then, in 2015, why the fuck would you trade your reigning Hart, Vezina, and Ted Lindsay winner? Why do you trade the best player in the NHL, my guy? Why do you win? Why do you not pay Carey Price $10 million? Why do you trade him? We get multiple draft picks and prospects. But here's the thing. Best player in the league, you're not just going to trade him, just because we can get multiple picks and prospects. No. You only trade him either to improve your team. Team is the worst team in the league the year after, and it doesn't have to do with Price shooting the bed or anything, which it probably wouldn't have at that point. Our team was admittedly pretty goddamn bad in some aspects, which again wasn't up to Bergevin at that point because he had only had the reins for like 3 years. And Jesus, yeah, exactly, Bob. I mean, trade Price when he was 29. Exactly, Bob. See how it works again, my guy. See how it works. But like, still, even if you're trading Price at that year, again, you're not trading your reigning best player in the NHL. And you're not just going to trade him just for picks again. You're going to trade him to massively improve the rest of your team, where a team massively overpays like a not McCarr deal, a Duchesne deal, which hadn't happened at that point actually. But you're either going to do that type of Duchesne deal where you're getting multiple firsts and prospects and whatever, or you're going to get a massive overpay for a team that gives you everything that you need, which at that point was like 2015, Jesus, first line center. Depth pieces, second line center. It almost feels, I know, because we had Galchenyuk at that point. He was looking like a decent second line center. First line center, depth, defense, top 4 defense, replacement goalie. You're not going to get a team giving that up just to get Carey Price, even if he is the greatest goal player at that point, technically by the players again. You know, I think Evans is proving you wrong every game. Yeah, he's worth that contract for sure, Carmel. I agree. Pro might stay. Jacob, if he stays, he's probably going to get maybe $850 for another 1 year. If Perreault does stay, which I think he's been okay, he's not been amazing, but he's been all right. I could see him potentially staying for another year. Hey, Michael, how's it going, my guy? Thank you for coming back. You're playing two different types of players. Exactly. Barkov is an offensive player with some defense in his system, and Suzuki's a Bergeron player, two-way type. Exactly, Carmel. Barkov is a pure two-way with great defense and really good offense. Suzuki is that more defensive type of two-way guy with some offense. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, Barkov won a Selke. I don't know if I'd say top 10 in the league. I'd say top 20, but I don't know if I'd say top 10 player in the league. Barkov was making mid-6 in his second contract. Bob, you realize that Barkov just got paid how much again? How much did Barkov just get paid? Teams. Panthers. Oh, I probably misspelled that shit. Come on. Oh shit, I just realized Knoxville came out with like Preston, Lacey, and Wee Man. That's fucking cool. No, I would not like to be in Rumble. I would like my release. God damn, Mustafa Ali. Oh, that's fucking cool. I just saw that now. Yeah, he came out with that's not poopies. That's fucking cool. The Knoxville came out with some of the Jackass crew. That's cool. But yeah, you could hear a scream from all the way up here. Oh, Jesus. I don't want to watch that. Thank you, Jens, though. I can't stand Barkov. Guy said Price was the easiest to score on. Well, King Croc, he's clearly just wrong then. I mean, I just read that. I think if we were to trade Price, we'd still get a good return. Exactly. There's very few goalies that can perform like he does in the playoffs. Several teams will want him for sure, Gabriel. Even if you retain 50%, there's teams that will give up a lot for Carey Price. Bob as a GM would have no one over 30 years old. Yeah, man would trade McKinnon when he's 29. Exactly, King Croc. Exactly. Bob, as soon as Price turned 19, he'd be like, you're out the fucking door, my guy. I don't care if you're having a career year. Dude would trade McDavid, Jude. Who the fuck is Jude now? Dude would trade Lemieux at 29 if he's having like a 300-point season in 45 games before the deadline. All right, you're out. You're about to turn 30. Get out. Fucking joke. Barkov plays exactly how Suzuki wants to play, except he's way smaller, not as good as at faceoffs, not as good offensive. Well, Jacob, he's way smaller, could end up working to his benefit, not as good as faceoffs. Give him time. He's only 22. Like King Croc said, Barkov's 26, so he's had time to develop his two-way game and develop his offense, develop his faceoffs. I don't think Suzuki wants to be as offensive. Like, obviously, it'd be awesome for if he wants to be as offensive as Barkov, but I don't think that Suzuki wants to be as offensive. Like, again, he probably would like to be, but he probably wants to be that more defensive forward, in my opinion. Well, yeah, Jason, if he's voted top 10 in the league, he's top 10 leagues with players. But to me, I do think he's top 20. Keep in mind, that was also the year that everyone was massively saying, oh, Barkov's underrated. Barkov, Yeah, Jacob, and that just goes to show Bob wrong. We didn't sign Duchesne. I don't think we even offered on Matt Duchesne the year he was a free agent. I don't remember the Habs being that ever, and I've been a Habs fan. Dan, yeah, I've only been watching for about 6 years. But I've definitely looked up a lot of stats and watched some old games. And yeah, I've never seen the Habs this bad before. Barkov's 26, exactly. Suzuki's 22. I wouldn't count him out yet, exactly. Tyler, Price needed help because he was allegedly starting to get addicted to some type of painkiller or some type of drug and recognized it and checked himself into the NHL Players Assistance Program, or it's something like that. It's not PAP, but it's something like a Players Assistant Program. You keep Price, but not that contract. The problem with Bergie is he negotiates his contract when he's cornered. Well, Bob, clearly he wasn't cornered when he negotiated Suzuki's contract. He negotiated it ahead of time. Negotiated Evans ahead of time because I'm pretty sure he paid him before his contract was set to go. I'm pretty sure he's paid people not when he's cornered. Sure, he holds off some people like that, And exactly, King Croc, Bob, Price is worth that 10.5, especially if we get to the playoffs like we have multiple times since then. We're not going to get Price at like $7 million, We're not going to get Price at a massively reduced contract. We're going to get Price, like King Croc said, max probably that $9.5 million mark, It's not like if Bergevin it's not like if Carey Price had if Bergevin had negotiated with Carey Price the year in advance. It's not like Carey Price would have gotten only $5 million or $6 million, you know? For me, you know, I don't think that I don't think that Price would have gotten that massive pay cut or would have took the massive pay cut. He still would have gotten a lot of money. I think Bergevin wanted to wait to show, and he waits on a lot of contracts, I think, to show to not like show his hand, not panic, and then it gets to the point where it's like, hey, neither of us are folding. All right, I'll give you the money. I think that's what Bergevin does. But neither of us can really say that, Bob. You can't really say, oh, he only negotiates his contract when he's cornered. Like, you can't. You clearly can't say that. Just like I can't say he doesn't. We don't know, unless you absolutely know Marc Bergevin or I know Marc Bergevin, and he tells us this. We don't know. We can't judge Marc Bergevin in that regard, unless we absolutely know. Any logical GM would look at Price's 2021 playoffs and give us lots. I agree, Gabriel. I agree, my guy. I've been saying for over 5 years Barkov is underrated. Well, here's the thing. He's arguably overrated now because everyone talked about how Barkov is underrated. So now it's kind of like overcompensated. So now he's arguably overrated, in my opinion. It's kind of like McDavid as well. Everyone said, oh, shit, McDavid's like this really great player. And then I've seen him against Montreal. A, he didn't even fucking put up a point tonight, which is ridiculous. And B, not even that amazing of a player. I'd argue Draisaitl. Is a much better player than McDavid personally. A lot of athletes need pain pills to play and they get hooked. Exactly, Hugh. And a lot of professional wrestlers, like you said, died from painkillers and whatnot. Which is awesome. If it was painkillers that Price was addicted to, it's really awesome that he recognized in time and got himself the help that he needed. What do you think of Vinny Trocheck? I like Vinny Trocheck. He's a good second, third line guy. He has that play hard kind of style. He's a good guy. In the locker room, it seems like he's a good player that everyone really likes. So I like Vinny Trocheck. I don't give a shit if Price is getting paid $10 million. No goalie in the playoffs is worth what Price. What do you mean, Gabriel? What do you mean? Price is a hindrance at this point in his career. He misses way too much time for multiple reasons. Oh, well, Jason, here's the thing. I don't think Price is necessarily a hindrance as long as he plays well and gets you into the playoffs. I'll read this in a French accent. All right. I'm trying to get my French accent back for a minute. All right, tomorrow. Hello, Kerry. I wanted to know what kind of substance did you ingest, and how long were you addicted? There you go, Jacob. That's probably what someone's gonna ask. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if some fucking gutless media interviewer, if it's that Hoffman guy, because I feel like Hoffman's the one who interviewed Draisaitl. I wouldn't be surprised if that little fucking cocky little bitch Hoffman that interviewed Price tomorrow and asked that. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if someone asked that of Carey, honestly. If someone asked that and I was Price, I'd leave. Yeah, I'd probably leave too as well. Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, thank you, Gabriel. I keep players over 30, but the paid slides, but the pay they're paid is sliding over time. Remember what we gotten for Pacioretty when he wanted the money? Bob, the fuck do you mean? Pacioretty was signed when we traded him. It was a rocky relationship, and the fact that we got Nick Suzuki, the pick that became Alex Romanoff, or Matthias Norlinder, and Tomas Tatar. I find it funny you're defending Suzuki now because, we got rid of Pacioretty and we got him, Exactly. Remember what we got for Pacioretty when you wanted the money. It's not that he wanted the money. The relationship was rocky with the Habs organization. That's why he wanted out of Montreal. He wasn't getting paid. Or it's not because he wasn't getting paid. That's weird. I could care less. Barkov's second contract was 5.9. And so, one, players often take a pay cut to stay to Florida because they have pretty much no taxes, it feels like. B, Montreal has a higher tax, and especially because the escrow as high as it is right now, players are going to get more overpaid. Seth Jones probably would have gotten $8 million or 8.5. It still would have gotten massively overpaid for sure, but would have probably gotten about $1 million, $1.5 million less. If he was traded to Florida, well, actually probably would have gotten about $7 million if he was fucking in Florida, apparently. But because of the escrow as high as it is, it's something crazy like 25-30% right now. Of the salary, I'm pretty sure 25 to 30% of the player's salary is just going to escrow. And they're probably never going to see that money again. But Barkov again takes a pay cut to stay in Florida because they don't have taxes again, it seems like. And also because again, the escrow. Barkov, the reason he takes $10 million next year is because the escrow, I believe, is supposed to be still high next year. And B, because he is damn good, that he gets the $10 million. He's proven himself that he gets the $10 million. Suzuki is going to be worth that $7 million. Some players prove themselves right away. Carter Verhaeghe, you could make the argument that Florida massively has overpaid for Carter Verhaeghe. He's making $4.16 million next year. But you look at the stats. What's he doing? 15 goals, 19 assists, 34 points in 43 games. That is an underpay. Last year, 18 goals, 36 points in 43 games. The same exact amount of games, 3 less goals, 1 more assist, but 2 less points because I believe he's playing less minutes as well in Florida this year, I think. He might be up and down the lineup, actually. He's having a great year this year. He gets underpaid. Why? A, I think he re-signed right before the season started. And B, it's Florida. If Verhaeghe's in Montreal and he has what last year happened, we're probably paying him $6 million, which if he continues to put up the points that he's put up over the last year and this season, which it seems like he's going to, obviously he's going to beat his career high in points because he's probably going to play most of the year this year. But if he keeps playing the way he's played the last roughly year and a half, he's going to get that. He's going to get the $6 million because we would pay him deservingly. You know, I just find it weird that you look at certain guys like, oh, Barkov was underpaid, and then you look at guys like Verhaeghe and it's like, or Barkov, he was making 5.9. You look at Verhaeghe and it's like, he could arguably be overpaid if he doesn't put up the same amount of production. Suzuki has shown that he is consistent in the 3 years in the NHL that he's played, that he is a consistently good second line center who can play first line in Montreal. It's just, I find that really weird, you know? I don't know how some of you guys want Price gone and say his contract sucks. Yeah, guy literally brought us to the finals. He's a legend of Montreal. Croc, I agree with you, my guy. And he should have fucking won the Conn Smythe. I don't get why Vasilevsky did. Because Vasilevsky's massively overrated. Not a bottom 5 goalie in the league, but definitely the most overrated player in the NHL by far. He's a little overrated. A key player. Okay, I get into that. Oh, who's McDavid? All I know is Mick Albo. Jacob, me too, my guy. I don't know how somebody. Yeah, exactly. King Croc. I just said that. I mean, I could care less about how much he's getting paid because he's always worth it come playoff time. Oh yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, I care. I agree with that as well, my guy. I could care less about Price, what he's making as well, as long as he plays okay, at least in the regular season. But when it comes to the playoffs, there is no goalie that is worth more than Carey Price. I think that's what Gabriel meant to say, and I agree. There is no goalie worth more than Carey Price when it comes to the playoffs because of how amazing he is. Cale Makar, best defenseman in the league. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, Makar, arguably, you could say arguably best defenseman in the league. Barkov, second. I just read that. Pacioretty got the big boy hit by Chara on him when he's in Montreal. When Chara's playing Montreal. No, Faggio. Like King Croc said, he was a pretty consistent 30-goal scorer when he was in Montreal. Even after the hit, he was arguably after the hit, he was a more consistent 30-goal scorer. Funny enough, when he came back. Suzuki is slightly overpaid based on Barkov. Barkov is better than Suzuki. No shit, Bob. Barkov is better than Suzuki. Who would have thought? Suzuki is slightly overpaid. Oh, Bob, you say slightly, but you're acting like he's overpaid by like $3 million, my guy. I feel exactly, Caramel. Yeah, Bob, I feel like you just ignored what I said about taxes. I need to do my taxes. If any of you guys watch Vine Sauce Joel, I appreciate that, my guy. I appreciate that. Breaking really big news. Barkov is actually better than Suzuki. We have more overpaid players than underpaid. Bob, debatable. That's very much debatable. I mean, by your standards of overpaid, it seems like fucking everyone is overpaid. You're one of those fucking old fogies that seems to think every single player in the NHL is massively, massively overpaid and all of them should be making like $5 a game. You seem to be one of those guys. You know, my fucking dad is not as bad as you. My dad thinks everyone's overpaid, but not to the extent of you, because he can at least admit when certain players are underpaid or paid pretty adequately, you know. But again, Josh Anderson, debatable if he's overpaid. Long term, very risky. But right now, 5.5, pretty worth it. Hoffman, worth it. Consistent 30-goal scorer, signed until he's 34. Might be a bit of a risk, but I'd argue worth it for a 30-goal scorer who probably would have made $6 million elsewhere if he had not had the bad year in St. Louis last year. Toffoli, underpaid. Lehkonen, I'd argue slightly overpaid, very slightly. If he was making about $2 million, yeah, I'd say that's a good contract. Paquette, I hate Paquette, so technically overpaid entirely, but for a fourth line center, ignoring how he's played, if he's just a fourth line center, fine, I guess. Pitlick, for how he's played in Montreal so far, massively underpaid. We'll see how he deals in the next contract. Suzuki, technically still in the ZLC, massively underpaid. Dauphin, adequately paid, I'd say. Vedamo, adequately underpaid. Adequately paid, again, league minimum contracts. Jake Evans, massively underpaid. Also, Bob, I want to point out Jake Evans still not in that $1.7 million contract yet. He's still making $750,000 for this season. So if you think he's underpaid at $750K, you're dumb. Michael Pezzetta, $750,000, slightly underpaid, I'd say. If he could probably make about $800,000, maybe $850,000, puts his body on the line. I think you could pay the guy a little bit more. Paling, definitely underpaid, $750K. Probably could have made about 1.2. I'm happy he made that of a pay cut. Took that bit of a pay cut to remain in Montreal. Oh yeah. David Savard, best defenseman in the league. Gabriel, yeah, pretty fair. Avs fans brag about Makar's point per game being better than Fox, like he doesn't play with arguably the best. Exactly, Bronx. I agree with you, my guy. I think Fox is probably better than Makar, honestly, because Fox does not play with the best offense in the league. The only guy he plays that's really good offensively on this team is fucking Panarin. You can't really argue Barkov, Suzuki. Exactly. It's like the Vezina Price comparison. It's like comparing Price when he was winning the Hart Trophy to Vasilevsky when he was just starting in Tampa. But also right now, you could argue, oh, Vasilevsky's better than Price, but A, Price almost won the Conn Smythe at 33 years old, and B, Vasi barely beat out Price in that playoffs. So what does that really tell you about Vasilevsky and how good Price is at his age, you know? Who's winning the Norris? Faggio, probably Adam Fox. I haven't kept up with the points race, but I think probably Adam Fox. Evans said Evans is overrated, so I guess if that's the case, yeah, exactly, Lemonhead. Evans fucking making $750K apparently is overrated. Most goals. Makar on pace for 40 goals. Watch the man skate and handle the puck. Jason, yeah, he's pretty good. But here's the thing. Is he Adam Fox, who exploded last year and really goddamn good? I had no idea Anderson was being paid almost $6 million. Yeah, Bronx Bomber. He's making almost $6 million on pretty decent what he's doing. Pretty decent what he's doing. Makar's 137 points in career in 139 games. Yeah, for a 22-year-old defenseman, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, Jason. I will agree. That's really damn good. But I prefer Adam Fox. I think I'd rather Fox offensively than Makar. Because also keep in mind, dude's playing with McKinnon. Kadri was having a career year. Playing with Rantanen, Landeskog. He's playing with great players every night. He's with Samuel Girard, I think, in his pairing. They have great chemistry, you know? You put Makar on a team like Montreal, is he still going to put that offense? More than likely. Probably. But not to the extent that he is in Colorado. You put Adam Fox on Montreal, he's probably going to flourish more than he is in the Rangers, arguably, even though he's already their second best player, you know? Kreider's leading the league in goals. Who's he playing with, Jason? Zibanejad, the Rangers are one of the don't know about that, my guy. I don't know if I can say the Rangers are one of the best teams in the league. I feel like they're almost like the Oilers 2.0. They don't have that depth. They have grit. They don't have defensive depth. And in net, I'm very concerned behind not Georgiev, Shesterkin. I'm very concerned about Georgiev in net, in my opinion. Only thing Makar has on Fox is his shot. I can't lie, Makar's a great shot. Yeah, he has a great shot, but yeah, look at the shooting percentage, my guy. Makar takes mad shots, which I like. I do like defensemen who take shots, but just Makar has that shooting percentage. It's like almost guaranteed. If with that good of a shot and how much he shoots, he's gonna have almost 20 goals already, or I think he has 20 goals. That's why we need to develop players. What do you think we're trying to do by not playing our guys right now, our prospects, Bob? We cannot get FAs to come to Montreal. I didn't know that we didn't get Toffoli in Montreal in free agency. I didn't know we didn't get Mike Hoffman in free agency. I didn't know we didn't get Ben Sherratt in free agency, even if he's overpaid. I didn't know we didn't get Cedric Paquette in free agency. I didn't know we get David Savard in free agency. I didn't know we got Chris Weidman in free agency. I didn't know we didn't get Matthew Perreault in free agency. I didn't know we didn't get Sami Niku in free agency. I didn't know we didn't get I think Michael McNevin. Oh, no. I didn't know we didn't sign Michael McNevin. I didn't know we didn't sign Joel Teasdale as a prospect. I didn't know we didn't sign Alex Belzil, who's been okay. I didn't know we didn't sign Arbor Jacksai, who's been okay. Wow. Wow. We cannot get FAs to come to Montreal. Interesting. If I am dumb and you rate Bergie an 8.529, we are last place. If we have Weber and Price, we still don't make playoffs. Bob, no. If we have Weber and Price and we don't get injured as much as we do, and we don't have COVID, again, first in-man games lost to injury and COVID. We are fucking first. Almost 80 games more than second place, I believe Philly or Buffalo, one of the two. They showed that graph tonight of who the top three are, and it was just like, wow. You know? But if we have Price and Weber, yeah, we might not still make playoffs if everyone gets injured still. But if some people do still get really injured, if we don't get injured, we are probably making the playoffs if Price and Weber are not injured and don't miss the season. Bob, we are probably still making the playoffs. There was some guy on the old, really good Montreal Canadiens Larry Robinson, who apparently never missed the playoffs. That's how good the Canadiens were back then, if the championship so convince you. Thank you, Fazio. The Rangers' entire fourth line, exactly, just grinders and enforcer. McCabe, like Toar, yeah, exactly, and Ryan Reeves, exactly. Not a fan of their depth. Way better skater. He's top 3 best skater. Jason, I don't know if I'd say that. Cabbage, Allen is overpaid. I didn't realize that our 1B goaltender, who had to carry us in net and played pretty damn good at it as well this year, making $2.5 or $2.7 million is overpaid. You're clearly dumb, my guy. Go get your brain checked. Evans is worth 1.4. Every dollar's extension, Bob. Every dollar's important, Bob. No, you can afford to give him $300,000 more, my guy. Evans is worth $1.4 million on extension. Every dollar is important. No player is going to be that petty over wanting the extra $300,000 that you can go up. Shouldn't have given Evans that extra $300,000. No player is going to be that petty to not come to Montreal or not resign to Montreal because of a measly $300,000. I think the minimum would be $500,000 because that's $500,000. $300,000, you got to get $300,000 to get almost $1 million. Send me your money, Bob. That's different. One, these are professional hockey players who have made thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. They're going to take a bit of a pay cut. Even if Evans took 1.4, you're going to say that's overpaid. I guarantee it, my guy. You're going to say that's overpaid. One, like I said, these players are professional hockey players who made millions. Two, I am fucking poor. I don't have a job. I don't make money off of this yet. That's why I'm trying to get money off of this, Bob. So you saying send me your money is pretty goddamn dickish because I can just say the thing. Give me your fucking money. Get on PayPal, click the link in the description, and give me all your money then. Give me all your money, my guy. All right? Give me the money so I can go out and I can get better Wi-Fi and I can get my shit. I can get a new computer so I can start doing this for more money, Bob. How about you send me your money, my guy? That would be much greatly appreciated, my guy. Send me your money then. Rangers need to improve 5-5. I agree. I think they're one of the more not as good top 10 teams. Hopefully they get together. Bronx, I'd like to see them get together, honestly. I really like the Rangers. But yeah, I agree with you, my guy. They need to get better 5-on-5 for sure. To me, the highest assist is more impressive than highest goals. The goal number is generally lower, and goals can be tap in or shitty bounces. At least assists are creating players. Jacob, that's why I'd argue that goals is more because you need those shitty goals or those tap-in goals. Like the assists definitely matter. I definitely think they're arguably on par, but I would argue the goals are better because that's what you need to win games. Assists, technically, you need them to win games because you're setting up guys. Because what the fuck am I saying? My brain is fucking melting right now. I'm thinking of a bunch of different shit. But goals, yeah, sure, they can be tapping or shitty, like I said. But I'd argue goals are important because you need a hockey game. You need those to win a hockey game. Assists definitely do matter because, without that, they don't create the goal. But the goal itself not happening, if the big assist is there and the goal scorer doesn't finish, that they still don't count that as a regular ass assist. 300K Bob is too much. It's not a big deal. Exactly. It's not really all that much. 300K to one player, an extra 300K is not that much. Cap, exactly. Allen's making like 2.5 for one of the best backups. Definitely a 1A, 1B could be type of situation. Definitely, he's not overpaid. Vasilevsky also wore like 3 times the equipment than Price in the finals. I even have a picture comparing the two. Gabriel, yeah, send that to me on Discord because I'd love to see that. Free agent period tends to be overpayment. Bob, do you not realize that every team tends to overpay players in free agency? Do you not realize this, my guy? Do you not realize this? That every team tends to overpay players in free agency. Let's look at. All right, I'm closing my eyes and I'm just moving my mouse around the screen. It landed closest to Arizona. That doesn't count because they traded everybody and they make any free agent splashes. Winnipeg gets like nobody, but I'll try and work with what I got with this one. But Bob, again, everyone tends to overpay in free agency. Toffoli's the only good signing. Do you not realize that Hoffman, again, is a consistent 30-goal scorer and a 30-assist guy for at least 60 points a year? How can you say a consistent roughly 50, 60-point guy is worth less than 4.25? And it has to be a legit overpay. Just saying, 300,000 or 200,000, he should have made less than 250. And he should have made 250,000 less. That's not an overpayment. For me, an overpayment has to be above $750,000, at least $750,000, in my opinion. I'd argue over $1 million, actually. I'd argue $1 million, but I'll be lenient and say an overpayment has to be $750K. Harry, check Discord. I'll do it in a minute. I'm wise and frugal. Well, Bob, I'm sure you are, my guy, because that's where you're spending most of your night arguing with a guy who's years wiser than you when you're probably much older, which is very sad. Army's contract is the worst. Definitely, he's been a ghost on the ice. Well, Bob, Cabbage, you can say Army's contract is the worst, but here's the thing. Have you not realized that he's been good and, like everyone else, is on a down year? Do you not know what the meaning of the words down year are? It's when a player who is typically good falls off for a year and then probably rebounds the year after. Because if you don't, I'd be very, very surprised, my guy. Free agency is where you add depth. Don't build around free agents unless there's a Panarin, then you get him. Exactly, Jacob. That's why we signed Toffoli, who's a second-line guy who happened to have a career year with us last year and is still a consistently good 20-25 goal scorer. Hoffman, second-line guy to help the power play. Like Jacob said, unless there's a Panarin, unless there's a Cale Makar and Adam Fox available in free agency, then you go for them. Then you can build on free agency in that regard. Montreal doesn't overpay to get big free agents. Exactly, Jason. Yeah, everyone's pretty much having a down year at the exact same time. The only guys that actually aren't having down years, and where the fuck is the all right, there you go. Wait, no. I'm trying to I guess I stopped there. Oh, okay. All right, there. I stopped there. The only guys that are not having a down season are Suzuki. Toffoli, since coming back from injury, has actually recovered quite a bit. He's actually been pretty good. Drouin, in my opinion, is having a good year, like usual. 20 points in only like 37 games. It's pretty good. Anderson's having a good year, and Lekkonen's arguably having a career. 16 points in about 40 games. He's been pretty good. Or 38, because no one's played full games except for Suzuki. So pretty much everyone is having a down year, because Petrie has 5 points right now. He would typically have about 18 or so right now. Galley's having a big down year, even when he's not been here. Hoffman's been okay since coming back, How is everyone having a down year on the team? Not everyone can be down year. Clearly they can. Armia having a down year, only 4 points. Doesn't help that he's also recovering from COVID that he had last year. So, yeah. Romanov, arguably career year on set for, because I think he only had like 6 points last year. But still, he's actually doing pretty good. Again, Petrie, down year. Kulak, I'd argue down year. He'd usually have about 12 to 14 points by now. He's a decent 5th or 6th defenseman. Sherratt, you could technically say, is having a down year, especially after the start he had. Paling's doing good. Caulfield, technically a down year, but it's technically his rookie year. So, I mean, not really a down year because, Savard a down year. Weidman, technically a rebound year, I guess, because he didn't play in the NHL last year. His last season in the NHL wasn't great. But compared to where he can be, I'd argue down year. And then Dvorak a down year. Arguably a down year. You don't pay $3.4 million to a fourth line winger when we have holes at C and D. Bob, no, we don't. Suzuki, Dvorak, Evans, Paling, that is your center up. That is pretty damn good, in my opinion. That is really, really good. Hoffman was third line winger in St. Louis. Yeah, because he just didn't click in St. Louis. Mike Hoffman, and I said this last year, I'm pretty sure, at some point. Mike Hoffman does not sound like he would click in St. Louis, and it didn't. Notice in Montreal, since coming back, 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. He's been good. What happened to Niku? Niku's in the AHL, so I didn't count him. But 5 assists for Niku, I would say, is a down year. A lot of our players are having big down years. Suzuki's been able to get out of it. He's definitely been better. Toffoli's been out of it. Drouin's been out of it. But these guys that are having down years would not be having them if Weber and Price were still in and we weren't suffering nearly from as many injuries as we were. So, so for me, at least in my opinion, for me, if you are looking at free agency, and you're saying, oh, Toffoli and Hoffman is overpaid and whatever, then you're dumb. Because Hoffman is having a good year, especially since coming back from his injury, at least in my opinion. All right, Gabriel, check it out in a minute. Harry does make money because you don't remember. He literally, Fazio, he's saying for me to send him all of my money. And also B, I'm saying I don't make money, as in like I don't get paid regularly from YouTube and I don't get like regular donations. That's what I'm saying, my guy. Like I'm fine getting the occasional donations, obviously, but I'm just saying I don't get paid like once every month from YouTube because they have fucking dumb rules. Bergie doesn't know how to put up a competitive team. Well, clearly, last year's Cup Finals, Conference Finals in 2014, Conference Finals in, I don't know why I was thinking 2015, but no, Conference Finals 2014, Cup Final last year, second round in 2015, one of the best teams in the NHL in 2017. Yeah, clearly he doesn't know how to put a competitive team out on the ice, my guy. Duh. Armia should get whatever pro procedure yet Toffoli got. He woke up since Jacob. He probably should, my guy. He definitely should. Armia last season was also a ghost. Every season he's a ghost. We'll get Cabbage. How do you explain that he had a nearly 20 goal season with Montreal, my guy? Hey, Jack Olsen, how's it going, man? How's it going, man? Yeah, Harry, how's everyone? I just read that. Caulfield has like a goal. Jacob again, or Jason again. We don't pay $3.4 million for a fourth line winger. I just answered that about Hoffman. At this point, pick up Dell off of waivers, run him and McNevin. Monty's clearly not hurt, and Primo isn't ready yet. Why not give McNevin a chance? Jacob, he seems to have done something to Ducharme, apparently. Apparently, he's done something to Ducharme where Ducharme said, fuck you, McNevin, you're never getting in the net. Caulfield won goal rookie year. Look at Xavierson's rookie year. Well, Cabbage, here's the thing. One, not every rookie is going to be massively successful right out of the gate. Not every player is going to be incredible right in their rookie year. Some players take a couple years to develop. And two, yeah, Zegers, he's incredible. Caulfield is going to get there. Look at DeBrincat in his rookie year. He was pretty good. He was a second round pick. There's one guy. I can't think of his name. I forget if it's Nylander. It might be Nylander. It might not be. There's one guy I'm thinking of. I have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure it was the 2014 draft class. They didn't do great right away, and they clicked a couple years later. Michael Bunting in Arizona wasn't doing that great. Goes to Toronto where he plays with good players, and he's been playing really great there. So Caulfield, while he might not click in his rookie year, 2 to 3 years from now, I can guarantee he's going to be playing a lot better than he's playing right now. Besides Sherrod, who are the other realistic players the Habs should trade at the deadline? Lehkonen, I think. Lehkonen could be a good candidate to be traded. I feel like if a team really wants depth at defense, maybe Savard, but I don't know if he's a realistic option to get traded. I don't know. I feel like Hoffman maybe could be dealt. I feel like there's a team that could look at him and what he's done recently on the power play, especially that he could be traded. Toffoli, maybe. I think Toffoli's massively underpaid, and the fact that he's come back since his injury and he's done pretty good. If the Habs really, for some reason, don't want to keep a guy who really wants to stay in Montreal because he loves it here, maybe he's a trade target, but I definitely wouldn't trade him. I'm looking at guys that are currently on our roster that have at least gotten points. Kulak. He's expiring UFA. I feel like maybe we can get a decent third or a fourth from him. I think that's kind of all the trade targets that you really like for sure, not guarantee, but that are most realistic in my opinion. Yeah, Niku is good, Bob, but we're sending him down because he's recovering from an injury, I'm pretty sure, and we want to give him those AHL games. He played one game in the NHL and just not great. Don't pick up the man who injures players. Yeah, his reputation is ruined, and I don't get why. A, it's a clean hit, and B, it's not his fault. It's not Dell's fault that Batherson got injured. Dell hit him, sure, which caused the injury, but Batherson happened to get hurt on the play. Hoffman only has a shot, nothing else. Bob, that's what we paid him for, was for his shot. His shot and the fact that he can get 30 goals, 30 assists every year, you know? You like Armia at 3.4 mil? No, Cabbage, I don't. I like Hoffman at his contract, which is somewhere around there, 3.4, 3.6 or whatever. I like Hoffman. I like Armia, just not that contract. So yeah, I won't say he's not overpaid, But don't act like it's the worst contract in the league when fucking Duncan Keith's contract exists and fucking James Neal's contract exists. Or actually, no. Shit, yeah, James Neal's contract expired last year. Shit. When James Neal's previous contract was a thing, I should say. Montreal's also had equally bad teams throughout all those years. Debatable, Jason. Debatable. I don't think we've ever had a really bad team in Montreal under Bergevin. Sure, third overall, but same thing. 20, well, actually, technically 2013, because 2012, when we were third, it wasn't Bergevin's fault because he was only brought in after the season. I'm pretty sure it was only after the season, I think. 2013, where did we finish 2013? I think 2013 was a playoff year because I think that was the year we bought Vanek, I think. So I think 2013 was playoffs. 2014 was obviously the Eastern Conference Finals. 2015 was the second round elimination to Tampa, I'm pretty sure. 2016, I think we were out of the playoffs, I think. 2017 was the 48-win season. I think 48-win season. 2018 was finishing third overall. 2019 was out of the playoffs by like 2 points, 40-win season. Last year was 500 record, first round elimination. And then last year was the cup final. So yeah, no, we've not had equally bad seasons, in my opinion. Not equally bad. The rest were against us every single fucking game. Exactly, Gabriel. Exactly. We're not competitive, apparently. Armia never had... Bob, do you not notice I said a near 20-goal season? Do you not? Because it means when you're close to that objective. 18 goals is a near 20-goal scorer. I'm glad I'm able to teach you. I'm glad I'm able to teach you some stuff, my guy. Say we could center at this draft. I love the idea of Suzuki, Dvorak, that center, and Evans is our center depth. Yeah, Jacob, I love that as well. If we can have Suzuki, Dvorak, say Savoy, or arguably switch Savoy and Dvorak because we might want Savoy on an offensive line right away. But it depends if you want to use that second line with Dvorak as the defensive player or comprise a whole third line of defensive forwards or playmakers or power forwards, which is what you could probably do with Paling and maybe Anderson. But yeah, say what you said. Yeah, Suzuki, Dvorak, say Savoy, and Evans. I love that center depth. And then Paling moved to the wing. I think Paling should be a winger anyways, I think. Ottawa had injuries and COVID. The difference is they have talented young prospects. Bob is kind of fucking stupid. I agree. Talented young prospects. Bob, again, do you not realize the prospects that I named off earlier? Not even including guys that are unsigned except for Sean Farrell, because I love Sean Farrell. Are you not noticing those guys? Byron is worth $3 million. His leadership qualities, of course. Leadership qualities, speed, etc. He has elements in his game. Armia shouldn't equal Armia. Armia shouldn't equal Armia. I agree, Cabbage. Armia should not equal Armia. He's nowhere near Byron. So Cabbage, I will agree. Byron does have qualities that Armia shouldn't equal Armia for sure. But that doesn't mean Armia couldn't be worth $3 million. If he were again, he's coming off of COVID. I'm pretty sure it was him who had COVID with Kotkaniemi last year, actually. And he could easily improve his goal scoring. If we gave him like a second, third line role on this team and had him scoring more instead of playing that more defensive role, he'd easily be worth that $3.4 million. I find it weird that people are saying, "Oh, this player's not worth that much" when they play a more defensive role. Armia's played more of a defensive role on the PK on this team. I find it weird. If we get a center at this draft, Ducharme's probably going to ruin his career putting him a third line center. Yeah, Cabbage. I mean, I wouldn't say KK was ruined. I just say KK pops off more in the regular season, more in the postseason. There were some bad years in there. Jacob, again, Jason, I'd probably agree. We have depth at center last year. So, Bob, we go from Suzuki, Danault, KK, and Evans to Suzuki, Dvorak, Evans, and Paling, which is somehow worse. Bob, you are really dumb. The difference is they have talented young prospects. Ignoring that I talked about all the prospects that we have, including Sean Farrell, who, like you say, is a prospect. And like I'm saying, is talented and young. He's like 20, maybe. I think he's 19. Bob, you are very dumb, my guy. After this year, in the last 11 years, Montreal will have missed the playoffs 5 times. Jason, that's not bad. That's really not bad. When we've gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals, the second round, had a 40-win season, and we've gotten to the fucking Cup Finals, missing the playoffs 5 times in the last 11 years, including those times, that's really not bad. And if you're even including the last 11 years, which I believe would go back to 2011, 2011 was a first-round exit. Sure, that hurt, but come on, my guy. Dude, I'd love to see Bob Bob's franchise mode lineup too. I would love to see that and how fucking ridiculous it was. By the way, guys, I got a question for any of you guys. If any of you guys have NHL 22 on last gen, is the cross-platform across all 4 platforms, or is it just across like generations? So like PS4 can only connect with Xbox One or whatever that series generation is, and PS5 can only connect with Xbox Series X. I want to know because I do want to get NHL 22 in the future. And if and I want to see if I can like get someone's I want to see if I can get someone's like updated rosters with college prospects. And actually no, because college prospects, Sean Farrell's in the game. I'm really happy now because Sean Farrell's in NHL 22, guys. I'm really happy. He'd probably sign Koskinen for 10 years, 20 million. He probably would, Gabriel. He probably would, my guy. Oh, fuck, I just realized I lost my placement. All right, let's get back to this game. Let's get back to this game. Where the hell am I? All right, Canadiens were sharp early in the second. I don't know why I put first. Shots were 4-0, 3 minutes in. Habs kept pushing. We did something right during intermission. And then we'd score. Our pressure would end up working. Anderson off a rebound from Schrotz, Slapper, and Evans would end up making it 3-1. Shots in the period were 7-0 Habs after that, actually. What's Bergevin's worst trade then, an extended contract? Cabbage, funny you don't ask what his best is. Worst trade. Fuck, I'd really have to think. I would probably say Shaw for the second that became DeBrincat. But it's not necessarily even that bad because we'd get the future DeBrincat and Caulfield, so it's not that bad. But extended contract, if we're going to include free agent signing, I'd argue Alzner because Alzner half the time wasn't even in the lineup as a Montreal Canadian. That's what I'd argue. Hell yeah, we are, Marcus. Bob, Danault is not worth to Paling. You're clearly fucking dumb because I'm comparing Danault to Dvorak. Danault is not the same player as Paling. A defenseman is not the same as defensive forward is not the same as a two-way power forward. As a power forward, not a two-way, as a power forward. I'm comparing Danault, who's a two-way forward, to Dvorak, who's a two-way forward. I'm comparing Kotkaniemi to Paling, who, yes, Kotkaniemi might be better now, but Paling is a power forward, and I like Paling. I think he's good. Harry, do you have Chell 22? If not, I can game share with you if you want. Oh, Gabriel, that'd be awesome, my guy. Get Bob up some hearing aids. Dude's like 60. He clearly needs them. Bergie signed Alzner. What a joke. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, that was one of his few bad signings, my guy. But yeah, and now if you're asking what Bergevin's best trade is and best contract, the contract immediately off the top of my head to Toffoli, but I'd have to really look back at all the contracts that he signed. As for best trade, holy shit. The Weber trade, the first Galchenyuk trade, the first Domi trade, the second Domi trade, the Pacioretty trade, the two Domi trades. I was gonna say the Anderson trade, but that's kind of one of the same. The Drouin trade, fuck, there's a lot of good trades that he's made. The second Shaw trade, which got us Jan Misick. Fuck, there's a lot of good trades. The trade, I think, where he traded up to get Sean Farrell. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. Jazz, let's go Oilers. Hey, congratulations, man. GG's. The Oilers beat the worst team in the NHL, just like was expected. If missing playoffs 50% of the time is not bad, Jason, 5 out of 11 times is not 50%. What I consider bad is missing playoffs 10 out of 10 years, like Buffalo. Canadians need to get better, Jazz, and the fucking sky is blue, my guy. And the sky is blue in other news. I didn't ask best because you said his best was already Toffoli and trade was the Danault, Romy, and Suzuki trades. Cabbage, yeah, I'd probably say Danault Romy is actually up there. That's another one of his great trades. That's another one of his great trades. Suzuki trade was pretty damn good. Again, like I said, the two Domi trades. The Drouin trade. There's a lot of really great Dvorak trades. There's a lot of great Dvorak trades. The Dvorak trade actually up there. Yeah, Bergevin's made a lot of really great trades, in my opinion. Why would I sign Koskinen? You and Gabriel would sign him? No, I probably wouldn't. Because in Chell, he's actually not highly rated. I think he's only like an 82. I probably wouldn't sign him. I'd only sign him if I wanted to really, really badly tank. But yeah, we scored. Anderson gets the rebound, a garbage goal, as you would call it, and it's fun. And then the Oilers scored their first shot on net. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets the goal right out in front. I put for the 4-1 Oilers win. They'd actually win. And Oilers need to sign better players than Kane. Exactly, Lemonhead. Exactly. I didn't want to burn him with that easy slip. I wanted one of you guys to do it. Yeah, Danault trade pretty good. Pretty much for nothing. Fucking Fleischmann, I think, left that next year. And who else was it? Oh, God. It was Fleischmann. and Weiss? Not Weiss. It was a Fleischman and damn it, who was it? Oh my god, who was it? Was Fleischman? It was Weiss. Okay, thank you, Lemonhead. Okay, it was Weiss. That's so weird. I don't recognize Weiss as a Blackhawk. Yeah, Fleischman and Weiss for Dano and the pick that became Romanoff. That is, that's a pretty goddamn good trade if you ask me. Torrey Mitchell, no, Gabriel. Apparently it was Dale Weiss, but yeah, Torrey Mitchell seems like he would have fit in that trade. I know Torrey Mitchell was dealt to Chicago later on. At least I'm pretty sure he was, or he was a Blackhawk at some point. Let me see. Has anyone won? Of course, fucking Brock Lesnar won the Royal Rumble because why wouldn't he have? And Shane McMahon entered the Rumble for some reason. God, what the fuck is this Royal Rumble, man? By the way, I'm sorry for spoiling the Rumble, my guys. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Damn, this Rumble seems like it was pretty goddamn bad, honestly. I'm really glad I didn't watch it. I'm really glad I didn't watch this Royal Rumble. Holy shit. Bad Bunny entered it for some reason. Oh my god. He actually had 2 eliminations, apparently. Ziggler. And who else? Jesus, that not good. That Rumble seemed like it was pretty goddamn bad. I'm gonna try and hurry this up a little bit, guys. They showed Price after the Nugent-Hopkins goal. He was looking good, slightly skinny in the neck, but you know what? Hey, if it means that he is in playoff form, because last year he was pretty skinny in the neck, if it means he's gonna work well in the playoffs next year, hopefully, and then the regular season, I'll deal with it. So yeah, Habs had some rush after they were not able to clear the zone. Some more shots on Skinner. Oilers had more speed the other way. Full goal shot just went wide. Gabriel needs his head check if he thinks Bergie did a good job. Well, Bob, the fact that you have to resort to only slying to only slightly calling on someone's mental health is kind of low. I mean, I do it straight out, so I mean, I'd argue that's better. Didn't you say you wanted Kane? I wanted Patrick Kane in Montreal. I don't like Evander Kane. I think he's a dirty, dumb piece of shit and should not be in the sport of hockey. But Cabbage, no. I can see the confusion, but no, I wanted Patrick Kane in Montreal. Or I'd like Patrick Kane in Montreal, not Evander. If I just said I wanted Kane in Montreal at some point, then yeah, I can see the confusion. But no, Patrick, not Evander Kane. Evander Gay. Yeah, I want Evander Gay, not Evander Kane. Let me actually get a sip. It's been 2.5 hours. I've had this Gatorade with me. I'm sure you guys don't mind. Gabriel said I was deaf. So what, Bob? That's not mental health. That's fucking old age shit. Or if you're like me and slowly ruining your ears with earbuds. The headphones are the way to go, my guys. What the fuck? Oh, that's a goddamn ladybug. Goddamn. Are you serious? Well, 10 minutes ago you said that Habs have no good prospects. Yeah. Gabriel, I agree, my guy. I agree with you. Habs of pressure. Canadiens nearly scored. Anderson almost got his second goal of the game. Just barely fanned on a wide open pass. Lemonhead, yeah, I'm pretty sure Bob said that he was around in the 70s. So 70s would put him right about at least 50s, maybe 60s, maybe 70s, if he like really, really remembers the 70s, which to be fair, I don't think actually no, the 60s, most people wouldn't remember because not like dick sucking. I don't know why I was doing that, but the puff puffs, the good little puff daddies. There's good pressure from Montreal. We looked pretty good. Oilers tried to get some speed. Nugent-Hopkins almost had his second of the night. And then Hyman would end up scoring his second of the night. 5-1 Oilers. We were trashed. This is actually a goal I didn't see because I was up here taking notes. Cassian then gives a headshot to Montembeau behind the net. No one does anything. That makes sense why Bob has dementia and can't remember a damn thing Harry says. I agree, Gabriel. It makes a lot of sense then. Bob, again, if you're willing, message me on Discord. I'm willing to debate with you, man. It seems like it's fun. By the way, thank you guys for the 15 plus likes. I didn't even see that. What's wrong with age? Bob, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with age. I'm just saying, man, you being older definitely shows why why you're very much forgetting what I'm saying. Montreal is going to be gutted the best they can to ensure they aren't competitive to win for a few years. Is the only way to rebuild in the salary cap era. You need high picks and hope they pan out. Jason, yeah, I couldn't agree more, my guy. I think we need to guarantee one of Savoy or Hughes. One of Savoy or Wright. Ken Hughes drafting his son late in the first would be fucking cool. There would be calls of nepotism, but or there would be calls of non-nepotism. Or no. Nepotism is the thing where you're not. No, I'm fucking dumb. Which is nepotism again, guys? Is it when you're partial for family members or partial against? Or impartial? I feel like nepotism is when you don't hire your family members. There'd be accusations of whatever nepotism or non-nepotism is the one I'm thinking of. But I think it'd be really cool for Ken Hughes to draft his son, especially if it's like a late first and that's where he's projected to go, unless he falls to the second round, which would also be cool. Bob is too stuck in the past. I agree, Gabriel. He doesn't realize that the game of hockey has changed into a much more fast, skill-based hockey and not just have two guys smash each other, Nepotism is when you hire family members because it's an episode of The Office. Thank you, Gabriel. Nepotism. I feel like there'd be plagues of nepotism then, but I don't think it would be. Like I said, especially if it was a late first round pick, or even a second round pick, If it was like first overall, like, oh, we pick Jack Hughes, then like, yeah, no, there's nepotism for sure. But if it's a late first, then there's no issue. Well, Bobby said over 30 players shouldn't be on our team, so age isn't over 30-year-old players shouldn't be on our team, so age is an issue. Apparently, Lemon. Apparently, age is an issue for him. But Jason, Montreal is going to be gutted. The best they can do to ensure they aren't competitive to win for a few years is the only way to rebuild in the salary cap area. You need high picks. Well, Jason, it's not just high picks; it's drafting well throughout the draft. Like Bergevin has done the most recent drafts, at least in my opinion. I think in the next couple of years we're going to see that. I do think you need high draft picks for sure. Like I do, but I definitely think you need to draft well throughout the draft, like Bergevin has done. Again, getting Sean Farrell in the 4th round, when I think in a redraft you look at it 10 years from now, probably is a solid first rounder from 2 years ago's draft. Yeah, I keep thinking we're 2021 for some reason. But yeah, you definitely need high picks, but I will argue you need to draft well throughout the rest of the draft and build your team, especially off picks and trades. Bob is too stuck in the past. I just read that. Bob will dislike Gordon and Hughes, going for offensive and skilled players. Lemonhead's funny enough. He said he likes Gordon and Hughes, but I don't know how much he will. Oh, Gabriel, we're getting a little bit too heated, my guy. We're getting a little bit too heated. We're just having fun with this. It'd be nice if Montreal could get Bedard next year. Jason, I'd actually really like Bedard. Great, young, skilled, fast forward. I'd love if Montreal could grab him. But we'll see. We'll see, my guy. Where am I? Cassian again gives a headshot to Montembeault, and it was a penalty. Only 2 for roughing, surprisingly. I'm very surprised it wasn't a 5-minute major on the play. This is twice in a week that a Montreal player has gotten a headshot. We've done nothing, and there's been A, no penalty, or B, he's gotten no suspension and or no penalty on the play, which is very surprising. I'm hoping the league does call about Cassian because it'd be very nice. Yeah, I've looked at Bob's profile picture of the Pepe, so yeah, I'm hoping that he is like a 7-year-old or something like that, and we're just like fucking shooting the shit to have fun, and he's boosting my views because of it. But if he is old and genuinely thinks all the things that he does, that's very surprising. That'd be very, very shocking. Also, I like that it says we only have 1 viewer when we clearly have at least 3 or 4 active viewers right now. I find it funny. But we go to the power play and we score almost immediately right off the faceoff. Suzuki gets it to Hoffman, passed over to Toffoli, slapper right into the nets, and it is 5-2. Thinking we can maybe come back into it, and then immediately after the Oilers score 6-2. Draisital's second of the game. I never said no to sign old players. Sign them, but less money. Well, Bob, how much would you pay Ovechkin then, right now, at 37 or however old? I know he's mid to late 30s. How old would you pay How old? How much would you pay Ovechkin for? How much would you pay Ovechkin then, my guy? But it was 6-2 Oilers. Oilers had pressure there. We were just trying not to get scored on at this point. We were just trying to play defense. Like, okay, don't let him get shots and don't let him score. Shots at this point were now at the end of the second. We're now 20-16 for the Canadiens, but the Oilers led 6-2 into the third period. Montembeault was out of the net. Primo has gone in. Oilers had some push early in the third. Habs almost had nothing but patheticness. Habs went to the power play. Nugent-Hopkins goes to the box for tripping. Habs look bad. No goals. 1 for 2 on the PP tonight. Anderson nearly got a wide open net, but just was not able to finish. So could have potentially been 6-4 if both of those had been solid opportunities. Habs had a few looks, but nothing major. And then Primo, holy shit, robbing Draisaitl on a 3-on-0. I put 3-on-1, but it was a 3-on-0 because the Habs went for a line change and couldn't clear their own zone as they did. 3-on-0. Primo absolutely robs Draisaitl, and I think it was Yamamoto too. Habs are garbage. Cassian fucks Pizzetta's shit up. Pizzetta gets the extra 2 for instigating. Oilers somehow not scoring. They got a few shots, but nothing big. So we were 1-for-1 on the PK tonight, surprisingly. 1-for-1 on the PK. Harry, if you want, I can game share. Oh, Gabriel, that would be really nice of you, my guy. But no, you don't have to game share with me. It's very nice and very appreciated, but you don't have to do that, man. You do not have to game share with me. Giving a new contract before 30 will not be less money. Look at free agency where all the players nearly 30 get overpaid. Yeah, you need to pay long term, not resign at 30. Exactly, you messed that up slightly, but I get what you mean. You need to pay them long term so you don't resign them at 30. You're resigning them about 32, 33 is where I'd say you sign them to. Or you sign them for when they're 20. You get them on a contract till about 27, 28. Sign them to about a 3 or 4 year deal most of the time. Ovi got in the money, but he didn't get max 8 years. Bob, but he's older. But he's older than Carey Price. And he got 5 years until he's 40. So Bob, what's the difference between Ovi and Price then? If Price is still really great in the playoffs and Ovi is one of the best goal scorers in the league. Interesting. Oh shit, Marcus, let's go, my guy. Let's go, boy. Your team won the fucking championship. Let's go, my guy, Marcus. I just realized I still have Gatorade here that I haven't drank yet from when shit. But hell yeah, Marcus, let's go. Your team won the championship. Guys, can we get big GGs in the chat for Marcus Hunt? This dude is the starting goalie on his team. Fucking drug his team to the goddamn championship, my guy. Let's go, boys. I can game share, but the thing is, I got to give you my account info. Oh, Gabriel, yeah, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to give me your account info. If you're uncomfortable with anyone else knowing or even with me knowing, do not worry about it. I'm not going to force you to be like, hey, share with me your game. You do not have to if you don't want to, my guy. I honestly don't mind waiting. I will stick to NHL 21 for now. I don't mind waiting to get NHL 22 when it's like $10 in a year or two. I honestly don't mind. The only thing is I need to make sure I have it probably for next year for my sim league that I'm doing. But I'll worry about that when the time comes. I'll maybe get it for Christmas if I put it on my list. I trust you, but no one else because I don't know what they're like. Oh, Gabriel, yeah, that's understandable. Like, even if you trust me, I would not make you game share with me. It's appreciated, man. It's much appreciated that you would do that. But you just gave me $25, man. You do not have to do that. You don't have to do that, man. I, again, much greatly appreciate it. What do you think of Brad Marchand's skills checking in offense? Adam, I love Brad Marchand, actually. I think he's a great player in the NHL. One of the best pure offensive players in the NHL. His checking is pretty solid, I think. He has great skills. His trash talking skills are just some of the greatest in the league. Just look at what he fucking did. Just look at what he did for against Arizona. Like, Jesus, that was nuts. 4-1. Our best winger was hurt from pregame workout a week or two ago, but still, I was so stressed. You gave up a girl. You gave up a girl. You gave up a goal early, and your team fucking scored 4 to back you up. Your team said, "Yo, Marcus, you allowed 1 goal. You know what? Fuck it. You allowed that 1 goal. That's the only goal you're gonna allow, and we're gonna score 4 more for you, baby." And you guys fucking did it. You came back, but still, I almost threw. Marcus, yeah, it seems like you did almost throw, but I mean, hey, your team fucking won it, my guy. It's not like it was a 1-0 game. In that case, like, yeah, maybe you threw, but like, I wouldn't say that because you guys just couldn't beat the goaltender. If you allowed like 2 or 3 early, then I think you could say maybe you threw, and maybe but then again, it's like you were just stressed and nervous. So I mean, I don't think you can really say you threw at that point. Breaking news: Ken Hughes will join Price for the interview tomorrow. That's not breaking news. I knew about that right after the game ended. Really? So Hughes is going to join Price for the interview tomorrow? I don't think that would be a trade announcement. I think it's just something where Hughes is going to probably confirm Price is probably untouchable. I think that's what it's probably going to reveal. Or maybe it's something where it's like Price trusts Hughes and like, oh, we're going to a rebuild. I want to be in this with you guys or something like that. It's probably something like that, I'm honestly wondering what it could be, though, if Hughes is joining Carey Price. Like, I wonder, because, again, there's no way it's a fucking trade. I wonder what it would be then. Interesting. So yeah, Pizzetta gets the extra 2 for instigating again. Oilers not scoring 1-for-1. Gabriel Price for an interview, yes, but I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know Hughes was in it either. A, I didn't look it up, and B, whoever I think it's a few people, if I remember correctly. I think a few people told me about the interview. No one told me that Hughes was joining. I was barely paying attention to the game. There was about 3 minutes left. I didn't care about anything. I was just trying to watch the Royal Rumble. I genuinely was. I was trying to watch for the Johnny Knoxville stuff that went on. I was trying to watch for Johnny Knoxville. Unfortunately, I would not end up catching. I would not end up catching the stuff for. I would not end up catching the Royal Rumble because I've been live with you guys. But I mean, hey, there's always the idea and the fact that I can watch the replay because I totally have the totally have the WWE Network. Totally not watching it illegally. What do you think of Jonathan Bernier and Charlie Lindgren? Adam, I like Jonathan Bernier. I think he's a good goaltender. Not washed up, I wouldn't say, but I'd say he's still a good backup at this point in his career. He's a good goaltender. Lindgren, I like Lindgren actually. I think he's looking really good in St. Louis so far. I've enjoyed him. It'll be at 6:15 before the game. Oh yeah, I doubt they announce a trade after before a game. I agree, Gabriel. But I mean, hey, who knows? I mean, stranger things have happened in the NHL. Players have been traded during. Players have. I mean, sure, not one like caliber of Carey Price, but I mean, like, still, you never know. I doubt it'll be a trade. There's no chance. I'll put it at about a 0.4% chance that there's actually a trade. But yeah, I doubt they'd announce a trade before a game as well. I agree, Gabriel. After the game, you went to the other goalie to say GG. He fucking told me to kiss my ass, and oh, Jesus. I'll be sad if there's a trade too, Gabriel. Like I've criticized Price for sure in the past, but god damn it, after the last playoffs, he's redeemed himself completely for me. Damn, Marcus, the real Mr. Gigi, the other goalie told you to kiss his ass and didn't shake his hand. Well, that's poor nepotism. I want to keep saying nepotism. Well, that's fucking poor sportsmanship, my guy. That's really poor. That sucks, honestly. That kind of sucks. I hate that. No, I would not like to be in the Rumble. I would like my release. Oh shit. Muhammad Ali. Mustafa Ali. Go off. King Ali. Damn. Wow. So Ali wants his goddamn release. What if he's in the Rumble and he wins it? It doesn't want that though. He doesn't want to be there anymore. That's what matters. What the fuck? You fucking idiots. Missy bro. Hey, James, how's it going, man? Thank you so much, man. Price plays 2-3 of the time. Ovi plays 82 games. If you work 2/3 of the time, should I pay you full salary? Bob, yes, because that's how it works. If I'm working, say 7 days a week, I don't know why anyone would be working 7 days a week, but let's just say I work 7 days a week and I end up missing 2 of those days because I'm sick. I would say COVID, but no, if you're sick with COVID, you mostly have to miss 10 days. But say I miss 2 days because I'm ill, get a COVID test and I'm negative or whatever. But say I'm really sick and miss 2 days of work. I still get paid the full salary. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You know? And Bob, it's very much different. It's very different. Because it's not like saying, oh, Price plays 2/3 of the time. He doesn't get that full 10.5 mil. No, he still does. Price still gets that full 10.5 million, even if he misses time. He still gets the 10.5 million, even if he doesn't play a single game this year. Ovi doesn't play all 82 games. He's missed like 4 games this year. You know, typically he does play every single game. Ovi does not get injured. This year it's a little different, you know, but that's completely different. Even if I'm wrong and I don't get paid for those 2 days work, it's still different because the NHL, you're guaranteed the money. At a real job, if your pay is supposed to pay you per those hours, that's completely different, Bob. That's not the same in the slightest, my guy. What do you think of Tom Wilson? Are the Habs still the best team in all of NHL history? Adam, Habs are technically the best team in all of NHL history because we have more cups than anyone else. And that's the ultimate goal of an NHL team is to win the most cups. And Habs do have the most cups, 24, technically 28, if you want to include the pre-Canadiens Montreal teams. But Tom Wilson, I hate. I can't stand Tom Wilson. One of the dirtiest players in the NHL. I don't like him at all. I think he's god awful. And And yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's really that good at all. I don't like Tom Wilson. You built a winning team from center and defense. Bob, one, why do you think we got to the Cup Finals? Marcus, I'd love to know your final stats. I'll read your comment in a second. How do you think we got to the finals? Because we had the center depth and we had the defense. And why do you think that we got Suzuki? Why do you think we went out and got Dvorak? Why do you think that we're using Evans and Panning at center? Why do you think that we're tanking this year and probably going to take one of the best centers in the draft? Why do you think that we have such a great prospect pool? Do you think Bergevin really, do you think if Bergevin really didn't know that quote unquote, yeah, Marcus, I said, I want to know your final, oh, wait, I'm dumb. Why did that comment just appear again for me? That's weird. But yeah, I'd like to know your final stats. Again, I'll read this comment in a second. 30 and 50, not 40. What do you mean? 30 and 50, not 40. What do you mean, Marcus? I'm pretty goddamn dumb, honestly. Um, but Bob, do you really think Bergevin didn't know that if you build a winning team from center and defense, even though it's clearly defense and goaltender most of the time that you win from, even if center, defense, and goalie is really where you win a cup from, because you're not going to have the best centers in the world and the best defense if your goaltender is garbage and you're not going to win the cup really. That's the point. Do you really think Bergevin didn't know this if he didn't try and build one of the best defense prospect systems in the league and went for center and Kotkaniemi at third overall in the draft and didn't get several pretty solid draft prospects? Rather drafting them or trading for them, Suzuki, who's not exactly a prospect, to replace Dano. Do you really think Bergevin wouldn't have known this then? Our team is going to dinner Sunday with the whole team, and that's where we will find out who won MVP of the season for a team. Obviously, I doubt I get it. We had a guy score like at least 30 goals in like 40 games. 30 and 50, not 40. That's still pretty good, 30 and 50, but I don't know. I want to know your final stats because I'll be able to tell if a guy who scored 30 goals in about 40 games, in about 50 games, in 30 goals or in 50 games, or if you with your on the stats one. We'll see. I'll be the judge of this. Friedman said Tom Wilson was being looked at to possibly be on Team Canada. Had they taken an NHL player, so he must be. Well, Jason, he's not that great. He's good because of who he plays with. All he is a physical, dirty piece of shit. That's pretty much all he is in my eyes. We don't have a number center. We do have a number center. All of our centers have numbers on their jerseys, so we do have number centers. No number 1 and 2 defense. Well, technically, Petrie is a number 2 defense. If he wasn't having a down year, he's a number 2. Also, I'd argue Logan Mailloux and fucking what's his name? God damn it, I can't think of his name. Not Jordan Harris. Logan Mailloux and Caden Gooley are apparently set to be potential number 1 and 2 defensemen for us. So technically, we do have number 1 and 2 defenseman prospects. We don't have a number 1 center. There we go. Suzuki or whoever we get in the draft this year. Shane Wright, Matthew Savoy, or even Brad Lambert, I think has a really good shot of being a number 1 center. But I'd say Suzuki is pretty much a number 1 center. Here's the thing. You can say we don't have a number 1 center now, which Suzuki, yeah, second line center, I'd say. But you can't say, oh, for the future, because we're talking prospects. You can't say Suzuki doesn't have the potential, at least, to be a second line center or to be a first line center. Kim in the chat, guys. Can we get a big shout out for Isles Go 3 in the chat? Go check her out. Great Islanders fan. Kim, how's it going? Sadness for sure. Sadness for sure, man. Holy shit. Yeah, the Canadiens have had a really rough season. I agree. Kim, and I apologize for how your Islanders have been doing lately. I've seen they've not been doing that well. Unfortunately, they've not been doing all that great. Do you think there's a chance Habs could get Matthew Boldy or Zach Aston Reese? Adam, Matt Boldy, no chance. I don't think the Wild are going to give him up. If they ever do, it's because either A, he's not panning out, or B, he for some reason wants out. Zach Aston Reese, maybe. I mean, if he goes to free agency, because I think he's a pending UFA, there's a chance that Montreal could maybe look at him because he's a decent third, fourth line option. Imagine Price is doing the interview and he announces retirement. Gabriel, no. I can't see that. I can't see Price announcing his retirement. Like, it could be like a Ben Bishop, maybe, but I don't know. Oh, but fuck, I don't know. But Bishop had the same issue. Now that you think about it, Bishop had the same issue with his knee. He had to get the knee surgery. Fuck, I don't know. Price might announce his retirement tomorrow. fuck. I think Price might announce his retirement now. I don't know, honestly. Canadians need serious help. Kim, I agree. I agree. But that's why you got the prospect system. That's why you got the amount of defense that we have. That's why you have the wingers, at least the left wingers that we do. And that's why we're tanking for Matthew Savoy and not playoff contender. Yeah. There we go. I'm sure you've seen it. I've talked about it. I've not seen Kane's hit on Suzuki. Jack, why is what was Kane's hit on Suzuki? Shane Wright's not on the team. Well, Bob, even if he's not, we're guaranteed a really good center probably. I know why Price quit. Why, John Teeter? Why can't you stay on YouTube? The prices are Kim, so many people have used that. I thank you very much. Put him. I like that you put that in there. Put him. Thank you very much. Is there such thing as sellout Habs fans? I've never heard that phrase used, but for me, I'd say a sellout Habs fan, I guess it would be a Habs fan, would just kind of be a bandwagon fan, a Habs fan that just goes to another team because that team's good and we're not. I'd say that's a sellout Habs fan, but that's pretty much just a bandwagon fan, you know? The interview could also be, True Gabriel could be a checkup. I hope it's more a checkup. Dude, I'm smiling because I can't imagine the possibility that the trade is sus Harry. God damn it. God damn it, Fazio. Fucking God damn it. Yeah, I saw that, Gabriel. Thank you. I just saw the Vasilevsky thing. He looks like a goddamn one of those big sumo wrestler things you put on when you want to fight friends for fun or something. I've seen that. That's really funny. I assume Jack Olsen just sent me the hit. But yeah, I'm hoping the interview is just a checkup, man. I'm really hoping it is. By the way, Kim, I wanna ask you this. It's been a long ass time. Do you wanna get in a Discord call potentially after stream? Do you want to get into Discord call after stream? Because it'd be really nice to talk and get to catch up with you for a little bit. You want me to send it to you in DMs and you could possibly watch it on stream considering you have the right equipment? Jack, I'd love that, man. I mean, I don't have like OBS, unfortunately, so I can't show you guys. But yeah, send it to me in Discord if you can. Sorry, Addie's beating it. Damn. God damn it, Addie. Hey, no problem, Kim. Next days, we gotta talk if you're able to, of course. In the next couple days, that'd be sick. I mean, who's not to tell? Maybe three-way call. No, I'll let you and Addie have your fun. Is Addie still over in Long Island? I don't think he is. On Long Island. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say in Long Island. I apologize. God damn. Price doesn't retire because who says no to money? Bob. He still gets the money. If he retires, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Kim, I know on Long Island. I apologize. I'm sorry. But Bob, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure if Price retires, he does still get the money. He does still get whatever money he's guaranteed to make, you know? So, I'd probably say that, even if he does retire, he's gonna get the money, so he could retire. If it's plus also Bob, who says no to money? Ben Bishop was in the last year of his deal. He retired because he couldn't play anymore. Like for me, I feel like Price. The only reason he would retire is because he can't return. And even then, I feel like we'd probably instead put him on LTIR. Same with like what we did with Weber. Health over money, 100%. Exactly, Gabriel. Thank you, man. The whole team is so hurt right now. It's like the team is making them up to ensure losing. Pretty much, Jacob. It seems like this, Jason. It seems like this at this point. And yeah, like John Tidor said, health over money. Price will never play another NHL game. Really, John? What do you think? What do you think of Patrick Kane hitting? Patrick Kane, the guy for the Blackhawks, he's an okay hitter. Is the Habs future bright? Yeah, I'd say it's pretty goddamn bright. I was debating whether to say absolutely or pretty bright, but yeah, pretty bright. Kind of a Evander Kane hit, not gonna lie. Cheap shot, Jack. I'll check it out in a minute. Yeah, Price. Yeah, Jeff. Price has not played in a long ass time. As I just saw that 22-5-3, 929, 1.9 goals against average. Our team went 30-11-9. Holy shit, Marcus. I don't know. I think you might deserve that MVP of your team instead of that 30 goal scorer. I think you might deserve it. Speaking of goalies, Leonard, and then Kim put a cat. And then she put the panda. Oops. Yeah, I agree, Kim. Yeah, Leonard's been incredible for Vegas, man. Leonard's been incredible. I loved what Leonard's been doing for Vegas. He's been carrying that team. I put exclamation 3. Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. Then you put the 3 and it changed. I guess that's how you usually get to Pandy. That's Pandy. That's how you usually get to the Pandy. That's weird. Someone's gonna start calling pandas pandies now because of me. Hey, look, there's a pandy. Leonard, OS, my boy. Oh, hell yeah, Marcus. There we go. And then Marcus put the panda. Health over money. He doesn't still get the money if he retires. Oh, well, Jason, then he'll probably go to LTIR then. Technically, he'll retire, but he'll go on LTIR, or he'll say something where, like, I'm going to go on LTIR for a long time, which I'm actually, oh, wait, no, he is on LTIR. Duh. Or he's still in the assistance program or whatever it is, I think, right now. I'll be devastated if he doesn't play again. Gabriel, me too, man. Me too, man. I will be really sad if Carey Price never plays another NHL game, but I'm hoping he does, man. I'm obviously hoping he does. Exactly, yeah. He already does have a boatload of money, but I mean, hey, who's not to say he can keep building up for his family's future? Who knows? I doubt it. He had 3 goals. Oh, he had 3 goals in the championship game. Ooh, damn, yeah, Marcus. That's definitely a bit of a yikes, man. That sucks. What do you think of toxic, annoying Leafs fans? Of the toxic, annoying Leafs fans, of which there's a lot of them, they are complete trash. Just like with the toxic fan bases or the toxic fans of any NHL team. Toxic fans, I can't stand them. I hate them, toxic fans, and I think a lot of them are very, very annoying and very dumb. The nice fans like me, the toxic, the non-toxic Leafs fans like Jordan Addy. Kim brought him up. He's really funny, really awesome guy. Jordan Addy, my best friend, she's a Leafs fan. John from Hot Take Hockey. I almost forgot to mention him. There's a couple other Leafs fans that come by these streams. It's mostly people that watch me that are not toxic Leafs fans, and it makes sense because people who watch me are very smart. No, but seriously, a lot of those people are very, very nice Leafs fans, and I have no ill will towards them. I want the Leafs to win, honestly, for them. The Leafs fans deserved it. Money is gone if you retire. Bob Bishop's not on LTIR because he announced his retirement. Bishop announced his retirement, I'm pretty sure. No matter who you cheer for, we all hate Leafs fans. Jeff, that's a little bit unfair, my guy. People say Canucks fans are bad. John, I think certain parts of the the Canucks fandom are bad. Twitter Canucks is, Jesus, not as bad as Leafs Twitter, but Canucks Twitter is pretty goddamn bad. But yeah, certain parts of Canucks fans are bad. Other parts, such as the ones who rioted during 2011, are not Canucks fans. They were just there to riot no matter what happened. And then the other remaining about 2%. No, but seriously, the other remaining Canucks fans are actually pretty goddamn chill. They're pretty chill. Hey, thank you, Discord. I appreciate it, my guy. Bob, oh look. I mean, I'm pretty sure James Gunn talks about Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't give a shit. I couldn't care less if he talked about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I just want it to happen. What am I about to look up? Dallas Stars OnlyFans. I just stop right here. Why do I keep going? God damn it. Why? Well, Kim, it's because it's been so long since the second one that I'm excited for it too, but at this point, it's just like I don't give a shit about what he's saying. I just want the movie. You get what I mean? Like, I'm excited for the movie too, but at this point, like I said, it's just like I don't give a shit if he's talking about the movie. I want the movie. I want the movie and the Star Wars Christmas special, Guardians of the Galaxy edition. Just like fans who toss their jersey on the ice or not. Jeff, I'd argue they are real fans. I just argue that they're very frustrated, upset fans. I think fans who toss their jersey on the ice are dumb if they toss their jersey because they probably just threw away upwards of $200, $300. But they are, I'd argue, at least somewhat passionate. All right, so Dallas Stars. I'm glad none of you guys caught that. Exactly, yeah. Plus knowing you spend 200 plus on exactly what Kim just said. Exactly. I like how we even use the upwards of $200. I like how we even use that. But I'm now on the Dallas Stars cap friendly, totally not on something else. Yeah, it's on LTIR. Well, I mean, it's actually a 2-year contract. I'm surprised because Ben Bishop announced his retirement, so I guess Price could just announce his retirement and be placed on LTIR too. Then I guess. So I guess that works. First, Michael Raffles only on the regular injured reserve. Your anger and your sadness to your team is because you love them. Exactly, Kim. Exactly. Like me. And you're probably pissed at the Islanders right now for how bad they're doing. Even though they can still realistically make the playoffs, they just have to go on a really, really lucrative winning streak. And win every game in hand that they have on everyone else and start winning more. Like, our anger and sadness is because we love them. Exactly. Like, the reason I criticize the Montreal Canadiens and the reason I criticize guys like Jeff Petrie and Brendan Gallagher and criticized Carey Price in the past and criticize guys when they're, and the reason I analyze the games and overall is because I love them. It's because I love the Montreal Canadiens and I want to see them do good. You know, if Cole Caulfield, and I love Cole Caulfield, he's my favorite player in the NHL right now. If Cole Caulfield was on a 30-game pointless streak and was making bad plays all over, I'd criticize him and I'd get on his ass for it. One, because I know he can do much better, and two, because I love the Canadiens and I want to see him doing good for the Montreal Canadiens. You know, just like with Drouin, I absolutely love Drouin. I think he's a great player. I think he's a really good second liner, but I want him gone because I know he can do better. And the Montreal Canadiens can get something for him, and we can be a better team by getting rid of Drouin. I love Drouin. He's a great player for the Canadiens, but A, he does need the fresh start, and B, if we can get a first-round pick for Drouin, that's perfect for us. John Tidor, 8-0 run. Isles need. They could probably do that. They could probably do an 8-0 run. I'd believe in the Oilers, and I'd believe in the Oilers. I believe in the Islanders. Islanders are done. John, I don't know, because they have like 8 games in hand or something like that. I think they can do it. Bishop may be retired, but he still wants his money. Price wants his money. Price is just giving an update. Bob, he probably is just giving an update. But here's the thing. Again, health is much more important than the money. You know, if Price wants the money for his kids, then yeah, that's understandable. Then, that's understandable that he would just go on LTIR. But if he's made a bunch of money and is holding, and he's made like some savings or whatever for his kids, then he can just straight up retire. By the way, I completely forgot we had the Drouin in the back, so I kept seeing a bit of reflection. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Drouin." I'll always believe in them, even if they're eliminated. Kim, me too. I believe the Habs are officially eliminated from playoff contention, I think, but I will always believe in my Montreal Canadiens as well. I will always believe. OMG, did you see the Flyers? The Flyers won a game? No way, Kim. No, you're making that up. The Flyers do not win hockey games. The Flyers do not win hockey games. There's no way they won. I am calling you a liar. I'm calling you a liar right now. They did not win a hockey game. There was no way that they did. There's no way that they won a freaking hockey game. In OT. Oh, they won an OT. Oh, who do they beat? They actually won against the Kings. Wow. Holy shit. Congratulations, Flyers. You end a 49-game losing streak. Wow. Good job. Good job, Flyers. I'm proud of you. You did it. You did it. Good job. You did it. You won the hockey games. All of them. You win all the games. 13. Yeah, it felt like 49, Kim. Come on, admit it. You admit it. It felt like 49 games too. Oh my god. I'm trying to watch this goddamn Knoxville thing. Happy streaming. I'm not streaming, but okay, I guess I am. I'm just so glad. Kim, I'm glad too. I'll admit, I saw that game. I watched Off the Wall Hockey. Go check him out, guys. He's a great hockey YouTuber. I watched Off the Wall Hockey stream, and as soon as I saw it was 2-0 Flyers, I was like, oh no, Kim's gonna be so pissed. And then the Islanders tied it. I was like, I don't think she's gonna be pissed. And then they made it. I think they made it 3-2. Flyers came back. I was like, oh no. And then I saw the final score later. I was like, yes, let's go, Isles. Come on. I was really happy for you guys. I'm really happy you guys were able to beat the Flyers. All right, Harry, I'm going to hop off now. I might come back later, but if I don't, have a good night. Well, Gabriel, have a good night because we're over 3 hours into streaming, and I'm probably going to try and get off in the next half hour. I did not mean it in that way. Please don't take it that way. Imagine if it's Toronto, Florida first round, and we own Florida's first. Well, then we can guarantee that we're getting a top 20 pick or an above top 20 pick because – yeah, check Discord. All right, I'll check. Oh, I got a message from some weirdo. No. All right, let me 4-3. Oh, no way, Kim. Oh, that's sick. You're on the fucking Jumbotron. That's awesome. Let's go, Kim. Let's go, guys. Can we get a hashtag Kim is famous in the chat, boys? I also heard. Kim, that I forget if it was. I think it was Jordan told me the Islanders like camera crew wanted you to run over to like where someone else was sitting so they can get you on the hard cam or on the hard cam was wrestling all of a sudden. You on the jumbotron. I believe Addy might have told me about that. I'm sorry, Addy, if you're watching and you didn't want me to say, but I believe I heard that. I believe Jordan might have told me that. I love Caulfield, but I think he lacks confidence and needs more time. Other teams are adjusting. Bob, I that is actually one thing I agree with you. I do think he lacks a bit of confidence. He's confident in his shot. I think he's been nailing a lot more shots recently. Not scoring, but he has definitely been nailing shots. But he definitely does need more time in the AHL. I do think when he comes back, we should send him down. I think it'd be best for us to get him some AHL ice time, get him his confidence back, and just say, "Hey, Caulfield, we love you. You've done good in the playmaking range, but go to the AHL and get your shit together with your confidence and your skills, and we'll call you up next year. You'll get first line minutes probably." So yeah, I love Caulfield as well, but yeah, I agree with you there, man. To my season tickets, it's because they wanted me on. Oh, let's go, Kim. That's sick. Let's go. That's awesome. Chara also is my buddy now. Oh no, you're friends of Big Guy Z, Big Z. Let's fucking go. He looks for me every warm ups and smiles at me. When he leaves, he waves at me. I hold a fat head of him every game. Oh, Kim, that's awesome. Kim, that's really cool. That's really awesome. Your buddies with Char. That's cool. I'm sure he's loving Long Island again. I'm sure he's realizing, God damn it, why did Milbury trade me? Like, I'm sure Char would have loved to spend his whole career in Long Island, but I think it's arguably better that you guys trade him, and so many years later, he comes back and probably retires where he started his career and on Long Island. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose, Kim. I swear. Thank you for correcting me. but that's so cool, like comes back and probably retires where he started his career. Like that's awesome. And I'm sure seeing people like you is making him realize, holy shit, this is a great place to play hockey. And I'd honestly think that more former Bruins or more people that more players that Chara's in contact with, he's gonna be like, hey, go to Long Island. Like it's like they're passionate fans, great team. Go check them out. Like go play for Long Island. You will not regret it, my guy. Go play on Long Island. I think I set in again. Son of a bitch. God damn it, why do I keep doing that? Harry, what would you do if you were on the Kiss Jumbotron and Evander Kane was next to you? I'd probably punch him, honestly. I'd probably punch the shit out of him or just choke him, honestly. And I'm doing it. I'd just be like, don't say dumb shit about your wife. Don't assault your wife. Don't rape your wife. Don't pull out a gun on your wife. Don't gamble on your wife. No, but seriously, I just say a bunch of dumb shit. Well, and my punching like this probably wouldn't help either. But I'd be like punching him and saying a bunch of shit, and I'd just be like, "You dumb ass," and then I just spit on him. The typical rough play. No, but seriously, I would probably punch the shit out of him or give him a couple of headbutts. I got a decent skull on me, but yeah. I'm assuming Kim does not know how much I hate Evander Kane and is listening to this right now thinking, what the fuck? At least that's what I'd assume. And anyone who's not here, like Adam or John that often, who doesn't know how much I hate Kane, is probably thinking that right now. Is Leon Draisital your favorite player? He's my favorite player on the Oilers. My favorite player overall is Cole Caulfield. I love Caulfield. He's my favorite player in the NHL right now. Wish Chara was in Ottawa again. John, I wish he was in Montreal, I'll be honest. I wish Chara came to Montreal last year and we didn't have the goddamn COVID because he was this close to signing. Had it not been for the protocols, he would have been a fucking Montreal Canadian. Well, 2 years ago, technically. Oh, no, 2 seasons ago, I'll say. Because this season than last season. Chris Evans loves you, stoicism. And Harry Rice hates Chris Evans, man. Kane is a good player. That's very debatable, but a lousy person that I can agree with. And Kane isn't a good player. Caramel, I agree with you, man. I agree. I feel like I should pin this comment. Just so I always remember what to call it. Chris Evans is perfect. I don't know, Kim. I don't know if I can agree with that. Lol, but good night. Hey, Kim, thank you for coming by. Again, we gotta talk again in the future. We have to talk in the future because it'd be awesome. I like how I said that we have to talk in the future. All right. Slowly pulls up a gun. No, but seriously, we gotta talk. If you'd love to, if you wouldn't mind in the next couple days, it'd be great to catch up, see how things are going with you. That'd be awesome, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by to the stream. It was great talking to you for a bit. Thank you for the apologies regarding my Habs. I appreciate it. Enjoy yourself, Kim. Have a great night. Enjoy your talk with Addy. Tell him I said hello. Tell him that the Maple Leafs are not good, are not better than the Montreal Canadiens, and tell him father son. He will know what that means. Don't worry about it. Thank you. And then the laughing emote. Thank you, Kim. I'm assuming you saw that I pinned on. Thank you. Time Cop, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I've heard it's a solid film. I gotta watch it. I also gotta watch the what's the one that took place during the Pittsburgh Penguins game and he fucking beats the shit out of the Penguins mascot? I forget what that's called. I gotta watch that one. If the Nordiques were here, would there be more Habs fans or Nordiques fans? Adam, no doubt more Habs fans. There are people who are nostalgic about Nordiques. I'm even not nostalgic, but I really want the Nordiques to come back because I just love having more Quebec teams. We have a fucking entire league here in Quebec called the fucking QMJHL. So I think you understand. But I think there'd no doubt be more Habs fans. It would arguably get close. The Habs fans and Nordiques fans. I think there'd definitely be more Nordiques fans that are French and more Habs fans that are English, I'd argue, because the Quebec fans always seem to be more French and Habs fans seem to be more on the English side, I think. So I feel like it'd probably be that split again. But we'll see. But I think there would probably be more Habs fans if the Nordiques came back. I'm with Rick on talking Habs. I would not want Chara Montreal Lemonhead. I can absolutely see why you'd be with Rick on that one. I can see why you guys wouldn't want Chara Montreal. I think he's redeemed himself from the Pacioretty hit, and I think him on Montreal would have provided a really good physical veteran presence for the Canadiens, and I would have liked him on the Canadiens, you know? Oh, yeah, I kind of remember. Yeah, John, yeah, I remember that one. It's, son of a bitch. It's like shootout or something dumb like that. Or it's like a pun on a hockey term or something. Chris Evans should be on my wall. Stoicism. Nah, fam. Why do you hate Chris Evans? I don't think he's a great actor. I've never cared for him as Captain America. I don't think he's even all that good looking, even as a bisexual guy myself. I don't think he's that good looking. I'd much rather a Brad Pitt. Personally, if I were to have a Captain America, I would choose. Well, actually, I wouldn't choose Brad Pitt. I don't think he'd fit that either. I don't know who I'd pick I don't know who I'd pick to play Brad Pitt. No, I don't know who I'd pick as Captain America. Captain America is kind of hard to get. That sounded very bad. Captain America is a very hard actor, a very hard character to portray is really easy. Kane isn't a lousy player. 506 points in 769 games. He needs to shout up. Oh, he needs to shut up, I think is what you mean. He needs to shut up. I agree with you on that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of his points come from him playing with really solid players most of his career. I feel like when he was in Winnipeg, he was playing with the top players. When he was in Buffalo, he was playing with the good players that they had there. I feel like when he was in San Jose, same thing. Kane isn't a player that enhances the players he's around. He's a player that takes advantages of lucky opportunities, such as the lucky bounces that he got tonight or the lucky stick he got tonight. And he's a player that takes advantage of playing with really good players. He's not a player that enhances players. He's a player that gets enhanced by players. You know what I mean? Cabbage, you can think Allen is overpaid, but I think Josh Allen is a perfectly fine player for the Buffalo Bills, just because they didn't get out of the first round this year. I don't think that's any reason to call Josh Allen overpaid, man. I think Josh Allen deserves the respect of everybody in chat. And Evans is overpaid. Chris Evans, I don't think is overpaid. I actually think he's worked hard. He's worked his ass off playing in really bad movies like The Perfect Score and the Fantastic Four films. I think he's definitely deservingly paid as to what he makes as an actor right now. Can we get some love for my homies Jake Allen? Jake Allen, I guess as well. Can we get shout outs to my homies Josh Allen and Chris Evans in the chat? I don't think they're overpaid. I think they're I think they're what the fuck is that word I'm thinking of? What's the word? They're adequately paid. So you do like Chris Evans? No stoicism, but I will respect that he's fought hard and fought through playing really, really bad movies to be Captain America. I will give him that he is a hard worker and he has definitely good roles. Again, him in Knives Out was really solid. Yeah, I like Knives Out. He's good in that movie. I do like Knives Out, and thank you for mentioning that. I was about to bring that up. I do think Chris Evans can be good, but just in the majority of the roles, he's not. He's not to me. But I will respect him. Hope Evander playing with David because McDavid needs no enhancements. Hope Evander Kane, he's going to be good in Lightyear. Stoicism, I honestly hope he is, man. Jacob, I'm still live, man. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes almost. I'm going to end it in a minute because holy shit, oh my God, man. I've been really, really trying hard. Why did I just click on Kim's name? No, I meant to click on the picture. Yeah, the Isles win thing. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I was about to ask. Wait, I was gonna ask her for a second. Why did they ask her to move? But then I realized they probably know that's her seats. That's probably where they thought she was, and they asked her to move there. What do you think it does with Tokarski? Adam, I thought he had a really. I think he was okay as a Habs goaltender. I think he had some really good games, some really bad games, like every goalie does. Him having to come in to the 2014 playoffs to replace Price was a massive undertaking for him and was massively stressful, probably because it's like, holy shit, I got to replace Carey Price in net and try and perform as good, if not better than him, or at least half as good as him. Okay, and I thought he actually performed okay for that series against the Rangers that he had to come into, but he was not bad. Jacob, if I painted a picture of you French kissing Ducharme and mailed it to you, would you hang it behind you? For you to be that good of a painter to be able to do that, fuck yeah, I'd hang it behind me. I'd hang it right there. I almost accidentally pointed. I'd hang it right here over Lafreniere. No, but I'd put it there. I'd absolutely put a picture of me French kissing Ducharme if you painted that, my guy. Jacob, if you did that, that'd be sick. Ducharme, will I be your Valentine if fucking Jacob paints a picture of us French kissing? Hell yeah. I'll be your fucking Valentine, Ducharme. No doubt. All right, let me look at this Evander Kane questionable hit. Evander Kane scored a goal in his first game back to the NHL as an Oiler, but he also threw this questionable possible head shot. All right, let me look at this. So I'm assuming Kane. I assume we got to get a replay of that. Where the fuck is it? Oh, yeah, that's a headshot. Evander Kane's a piece of shit, and the crowd goes wild. All right, I like that. Wow. Yeah, that is an elbow to the head. That is an elbow to the head. That is a fucking garbage hit. He didn't even touch him. If he did, Kane's body would have turned and Suzuki would have reacted, and ref was right there. Man, y'all reaching, just negative ass YouTuber trying to get a reaction. No, that looks like a fucking headshot. Let me look at this again. Let me look at this. That looks like a fucking headshot. That looks like a headshot. Zach, how are you still up, Zach? Because Bob's been talking a bunch of shit. Can I send you a package, Bob? Sure you can, man. Bro, I'm getting ready to record my video. Hey, Zach, that sounds sick, my guy. I assume it's a Royal Rumble thing, or are you not into wrestling? Are you not into? No, I think you are because you make a lot of wrestling references. We can eat chocolates, watching my favorite French movies, reflect on my coaching, and have a good time. Oh, Dom, I know what type of time you're talking to. Hell yeah, baby. What the fuck is this stream turning into? At 1 a.m., apparently everyone becomes fucking sus as shit. So that's very, very fun. No way. Joker 2 is 100% happening? My best friend just messaged me saying that apparently Joker 2 is 100%. No, it's a Jets game one. Then Carter's doing Royal Rumble. My day's been hectic. Holy shit. Yeah, Zuck. Yeah, Zach, it seems like it, man. It really seems like it. Holy shit. It seems like it's been a hectic day. So you're doing the Jets game and then Carter's doing the Rumble. Man, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of how the Rumble ended. I'm not a fan of much from the Rumble. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, guys, so the Joker 2 script has reportedly finished with 2023 set to be the filming target. Oh, there we go, boys. Cannabis? Bob, I mean, if you want to send me some cannabis, I guess you could, man. I mean, if you want to act like Heinz and send me some cannabis, no guarantees I'll smoke it, but I mean, you're free to send me cannabis if you want. I'm not saying I'm accepting it or declining it, but send me cannabis if you want to, man. If you want it. You're sus, not me, Ducharme. True. I've been busy all day. I've never been this late, and yes, the Rumble was a dud. I feel that. Hey, Zach, I'll talk to you later, my guy. I feel like the only good part was probably Knoxville, because apparently he got the second biggest pop of the night. But I mean, we'll see. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll be sure to check out your videos, my guys. Hopefully they're both uploaded tonight. If not, I'll watch them tomorrow. What do you think of Molson Beer, Molson Family Company? I've never had Molson Beer. Don't really know the family, so I can't say much. But as a company, meh. Don't know much. Ducharme Bob is sending me a package for sure. He is sending me a very, very big package. Yeah, here's the thing. Even if Kane doesn't hit Suzuki, which only on the really big replay, it looks like he maybe doesn't hit him, but he still goes to get the elbow up. Even if he doesn't hit Suzuki, that's a fucking reach for the elbow. That's a reach. Because, I'll put this video in the chat, guys. Which, by the way, I'm going to try and end the stream in the next, 6 minutes. If you guys watch that video, go to 24 seconds in and watch, because you'll see Suzuki dekes out, and look at Kane. It does look like he gets Suzuki in the nose. What is the address, Bob? Well, the address is the PO box in the description. I don't put my actual address in the description or anything. I just put a PO box because I don't give out my address to people on here. But if you look, even if he doesn't connect, which, like Jason said, he does connect. It looks like Kane does connect, which I'll explain in a second. Either way, he looks to get the elbow up. He looks to get the elbow up into the face of Suzuki, but it looks like he hits him. But Suzuki tries to see it coming and tries to block it. It looks like Kane elbows his cheek or something. Do you feel bad for Kane, Suzuki? Kane, no, because Kane's a piece of shit. I hate Evander Kane. Suzuki, I do, because I don't think anyone that's a victim of an elbowing, even if Tom Wilson, who's a player that I like, let's just say Zdeno Chara elbowed Tom Wilson, I'd feel bad for Tom Wilson, because I don't think any player should deserve to get elbowed. Even if Evander Kane, as much as I fucking hate him, he should not get an elbow to the face. Maybe one. Once you get to the point of 2+, maybe that's maybe that's a little bit better than what it should have been. But yeah, for me, I maybe a little more than what it should be. But for me, most players don't deserve an elbow to the face, and it looks like Suzuki got that. So yeah, now we're gonna finish the game, boys, and then we're going to get to the stats and the very, very quick outro. Connor McDavid or Quinton Byfield. Adam, as a player, McDavid. I think Byfield is Byfield, or is it? No, who's the guy? No, not Byfield. Is it Byfield? I forget if it's Byfield or if it's another guy, but I feel like they're all size. I forget if it's Byfield or if it's another prospect, but I feel like they're all size. They're gonna click in LA, but it's all size there. A little bit of speed, but nothing major for me, in my opinion. So thank you, Adam, all the way. Thank you, Adam, by the way, for all the questions tonight. And thank you, all of you guys, for coming out to the streams so far. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. We are about to end the stream soon. Derek Ryan scored with 30 seconds left. It was 7-2. Who gives a shit? Final shots were 24-22 Edmonton. They went 7-2 in regulation. I don't see any physical address. Well, Bob, it's if you scroll down all the way to the bottom of the description, you press see more in the description, see more butts, and you go all the way down to the bottom of the description under all the links. It should be the PO box. I almost accidentally clicked on end stream. I'll edit real quick and I'll put the PO box in the description if in the box to. Oh wait, yeah, I just realized. No, I feel like that should work. I feel like that should maybe work because it's listed to a certain address. Cancel. I feel like that should work. Brock Lesnar. Yeah, Cabbage. Brock Lesnar won the Rumble. I mean, not a massive fan of that. Not a massive fan of Lesnar winning the Rumble, in my opinion. But a rise is a fall. Brock did this on the same night. Youngest Royal Rumble winning. Triple H had the biggest gap between wins. Brock beat that record at 19 years. Damn. Oh yeah, because Lesnar won the. Wait, did Lesnar win a Rumble before? Beat that record. Biggest gap between wins? The fuck? That's interesting. What do you think of Steve Dangle and Leafsnet? Adam, Steve Dangle's all right. He's fine in my book. I don't have a big issue with him. Leafsnet, I don't like him, honestly. Are you sending him a juicy burger? I hope Bob's sending me a juicy burger from I hope he's sending me some fucking chicken nuggets because I want some chicken nuggets from Mickey D's nuts. So the stats for the Canadiens, we're going to get through these really quickly. Thank you guys for the 20+ likes. Greatly appreciated. I'm going to get into the stats and try and end the stream because holy shit, I got to get something to eat inside me. I need something to eat. I need something inside me. God damn it. Suzuki leads the team 8 goals, 17 assists, 25 points. Tyler Toffoli has 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points. Drouin, who is currently hurt, and I forgot to mark him in red as I do that for players who are hurt. 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points. Anderson, 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points. Arturi Lehkonen, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Tyler Pitlick, yes, or you want a donation, a check. Bob, I'll take a donation. I'll take a donation, my guy. PayPal would be pretty sick, my guy. That'd be cool. Harry Vented. Don't tell anyone. But Rem Pitlick, 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. Mike Hoffman, 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. Christian Dvorak has 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. Jake Evans has 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. Brendan Gallagher, who's currently hurt, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Chris Weidman has 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. David Savard, who is also hurt, and I got to put him in red too. 1 goal, 8 assists, 9 points. Same as Cole Caulfield, who ironically is also hurt, but just has COVID. And technically actually isn't hurt anymore. But he was not able, actually I forgot to mention, Caulfield and Armia technically aren't with COVID anymore. Don't have COVID anymore. But their fucking plane was delayed from Wisconsin to Montreal. So they couldn't show up in tonight's game. And I don't know if they can show up in tomorrow's game. Are you getting a Byron jersey fund? You know what? Many people have said that they want it, so you know what? We're gonna start a Byron jersey fund. Why not? If I find a Byron jersey that I want, we will spend some of the non-dono funds on a potential Byron jersey. I will consider it. I will honestly consider a Byron jersey fund. Do you miss PK Subban, Adam? On some regards, yes. I miss seeing what crazy fun shit he does. But on the other hand, I don't miss his attitude. I don't miss him fighting with teammates, and I don't miss his defensive lapses, which happen way too often. So I'd argue, no, I don't miss PK Subban for the most part. Hey, Bob, that sucks if you don't want to PayPal. I guess send a check in the mail. Maybe. I guess I don't know how that would work then. I'd love to see the alternate reality of what if Subban was never traded. Juicy Burger, I'd love to see that too. Maybe the Habs win a cup. Maybe we don't. I'd love to see that alternate reality too, man. Paling and Sherratt each have 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Brett Kulak has 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points. Michael Pezzetta has 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points with, sorry, I'm not getting into the fights yet. Laurent Dauphin has 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Jeff Petrie has 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Semi Niku has 5 assists. No, Semi Niku has 5 assists. He's currently in the AHL. Mathieu Perreault is currently hurt, and he is hurt as well. 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. They should make a what if series like Marvel, but a hockey. A Juicy Burger, that'd be awesome, but it'd also be really tough. Because, like, unlike Marvel, unlike hockey, Marvel can plan what, what if, like, okay, if, say, Iron Man hadn't escaped from the cave. I don't know if that's one that they do, but had Tony Stark not escaped from his cave, this is what would have happened. They can plan that out and be like, all right, this is what would have happened. But hockey, it's very weird, because, like, if Pronger had gone to the Senators, it's really hard to say what would have happened. Would Daig have turned out to be a bust, like people say he is, even though I do 3 50-point seasons in the NHL is pretty solid? Would he have turned out to be a big superstar? Would he have turned out just the same? Would he have turned out worse? What would have happened to Chris Pronger? It's really hard to say what exactly could have happened to certain players because the sport of hockey is so random and in the now and what happens with these teams and players that, it's tough to say like, oh, Daig would have clicked the exact same if he had gone to, I forget if it wasn't Philly second overall, whoever picked Pronger second overall, for example, it would have been tough to say what would have happened. Like, it would be awesome. Like a what if series, like people proposing scenarios, but they can't make a definitive what if series, which sucks. But Juicy Burger, that is a really good question. Adam, what is the best season the Habs have ever had since 2000? Adam, I'd argue last season because we made the Cup Finals, but as a record, as like statistical, I think 2017, because I think that was the year we finished with 48 wins, and I think that's the most wins we've had, I think. Is your legal name Harry Rice? Bob, technically my legal name is Harry Angus Rice Jr., but if you want to just put Harry Rice, that's fine. $10 check, okay, it's a small... Bob, $10 is more than enough, my guy. $10 check is perfectly fine, man. That is so happy. If you actually send a check my way for $10, that'd be fucking cool, man. Much greatly appreciated. You will get your name on the big ass not donor board of non-donations if you send a check, which I don't know if they make you put the date that you send it, but if they do, I will on a check. I don't know if they do that. If they do, I will put it on the donor board what date you sent it, or but if they don't make you, then I'll put the day that I received it. I'll mark it down somewhere because on PayPal it marks what day I received. So yeah, when I search your name on YouTube, search up. When I put your name on YouTube search, a Paul Blart Taylor was no Cabbage. Cabbage, if you can, please get a screenshot of that. Please join the Discord and post the screenshot because it's fucking great. I hope it's for a third movie that I don't know yet. But damn it, finally my YouTube searches are doing wonders. Finally recommending the elite content of Paul Blart Mall Cop. Thank you, Cabbage. I hope that's legit, and I hope you're not trolling because that's actually really funny. Alex Romanov has 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Armia has 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Arturi Lehkonen. Yessi Leon has 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Cedric Paquette has 2 assists. Lucas Vedamo, Harvey Pinard, and Cale Clegg each have a goal. Adam Brooks, who is no longer with the team, and Corey Shinneman have an assist each. I'm sending it Monday. My name isn't Bob. Keep it confidential. All right, Bob. I like how I call you Bob anyways. Your name isn't Bob. Keep it confidential. All right, Randy. If your name's actually Randy, that'd be crazy. That I just happened to guess your name at a whim. Oh, I can imagine like, okay, Randy's like, what the fuck? I hope your name is Randy now because I just chose a Randy. I chose a Randy name at random. Oh God, I hope your name's Randy now because that'd be really funny. But all right, Bob. His name isn't Bob. Keep it confidential. Pass it on, boys. No, but seriously, yeah, Bob. I don't worry. I'm not gonna be that much of an asshole. As much as we disagree, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this guy's real name is this. No, don't worry about it, man. Your name will be safe with me. And honestly, I don't know if you get rid of the check. If you have to get rid of if you get rid of the check after you cash it in or whatever, if they do, I'll probably forget after like 2 days. So don't worry about it, man. Thank you very much for sending the check and the donation. That is much greatly appreciated, my guy. Do you miss Alexei Emelin? Adam, yeah, kind of. I like Emelin. His physical style was pretty fun to watch in Montreal, but at the same time, no, because it's made way for a lot of guys. Are you related to the Chiefs Uncut guy? I'll look that up real quick. Chiefs Uncut. I don't think I'm related to him. There is a chance that I am. Chiefs Uncut. I'm assuming his name is Chiefs Uncut. I don't think so. There's actually like 4 guys named Harry Rice in that I know of. I'm not joking. Hey, Bob. Yeah, I'm not joking either, my guy. I'm not joking either. I guess I'm just hoping your name's Randy because that would have been really funny. I accidentally guessed your real name. But yeah, Bob, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm probably gonna forget about it after I cash the check, and if I have to throw it out, or if they don't, I'll probably do it. So yeah, don't worry about it, my guy. I'm not joking either. Don't worry about it, man. But orange hair, no, I'm not related to that guy. That guy is just another guy that happens to have the same Harry Rice who lives where we used to live, legitimately. There's also another Harry Rice on YouTube that, but there's also another Harry Rice who does music covers. Like I think if you look up Harry Rice, I'm gonna do this myself. It might not work because it's on my account. But if you guys look up Harry Rice, oh, did you guys know this loser Harry Rice is live? Did you know that? No, but if you go to filters and you go, where's it? Type. You go to channel. I think it's if you go to channel. Which, by the way, big shout out. I now have 400 videos. Is it listed as Harry Rice? Harry Rice Music. You have to scroll a little bit, but it is named Harry Rice Music. So you can probably just look up Harry Rice Music. It's not Randy. Damn it, Bob. That would have been sick. That would have been really funny if it was Randy. But you go to Harry Rice Music, and the dude does a bunch of like Beatles covers, and he used to do. If I just look up Oasis, he's done some Oasis covers. So there are 2 Harry Rices on YouTube that do music covers that really like Oasis. I just find that incredibly funny. But yeah, orange hair. Unfortunately, I'm not related to that guy. Adam, Henrik Lundqvist or Henri Richard. Oh, it's very tough to compare because one's a goaltender, one's a forward. I'd argue Henri Richard just because he's very much a pioneer, in a way of some of what hockey does today. Like he was very fast, I believe, first time, and I believe he was a big goal scorer or he was a big 2-way forward. I think, unlike his brother Maurice, who was obviously a big goal scorer. Unless I'm remembering things wrong, I honestly could be. But I don't know. I feel like because the guy won 10 Stanley Cups, he is much better than Lundqvist. But Lundqvist was an amazing goaltender. It's very tough to compare them to each other. But yeah, I'd probably say yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if people say Henrik Lundqvist over Richard, and it wouldn't surprise me if people say Richard over Lundqvist. So yeah, those are the stats, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Harry, Bob, no, my dude, you're coming in like right in the final minutes. I've been live for 3.5 hours. I'm about to end the stream, my guy. Fuck, Bob. No, that sucks. Bob, how's it going, my guy? I'm gonna start the outro. If you guys got any comments or questions or whatever, please do not be afraid to put them in the chats. Do not be afraid to put them in the chat. I will read them 100%. And yeah, last minute, hell yeah, Bob. Hey, Bob, don't worry about it, my guy. Again, I've been live for 3.5 hours, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that explains why I want to get out. Just had guest leads. Hey, Bob, hope you had a fun time with your guests, man. Thank you so much for coming by, man. Much greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad you had some guests. Hope you had a fun time with them. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and food was not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, else, Mind Race, subscribe to Puff Club, subscribe to the Hate You Club, subscribe to Hub. If you're a member of the Mod Squad, thank you for monitoring comments and streams, and it is much greatly appreciated. Bob's interactions with Harry in 2 streams is like a movie. It is Orange Hair for sure. Paul Coffey or Bobby Orr? Bobby Orr. Even though he only played a decade in the NHL, Bobby Orr revolutionized what a defenseman was in the NHL. Paul Coffey was an amazing offensive defenseman for sure, but I think I do have to agree with Bob, and probably, ironically, Bob here. I do got to say Bobby Orr and Orange Hair Beast. I think we're all agreeing Orr. In terms of offense, you could argue Paul Coffey, but I do think I'd say Bobby Orr was definitely the much better defenseman. Definitely. And keep in mind, there's only someone who's seen clips of Bobby Orr and has never watched like old school full out games of his, you know. But yeah, links in the description include the Amazon wish, the PayPal, and the PO box. Really appreciate anything sent my way. Discord. If you don't trust YouTube notification system, join there. We talk all the time. It's pretty fun. The Twitch. Twitter at Harry's Hockey. The letterbox, the speedrunning account, and I feel like we have one other thing down there. Go check those links out, guys. Much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Stay classy, boys. Ale Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we are, like this year, or how good we are, like last year. Go Habs, go, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, Harry, sorry I missed the show. Hey, Bob, don't worry about it, man. If you want to go back and rewatch it, there's 3.5 hours of content for you to enjoy, my guy. Just thank you for coming in at the last minute. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much, man. Thank you so much. Hockey is just entertainment purpose. Health comes number one. Bob, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, my guy. Hockey is for entertainment purposes. Health comes number one, Bob. I have to agree with you there 100%. Health, mental or physical, or if there's another type of health, which I don't know if there is, but health or mental or otherwise, it 100% comes before hockey. We appreciate any hockey players that sacrifice their mental or physical health to entertain us and to play the sport of hockey is much greatly appreciated. Yeah, and thank you guys for entertaining us. To any professional hockey players that might be watching this one, I do think you probably need a better taste in YouTube creator, but thank you for checking me out if you're ever a professional hockey athlete watching the channel. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching again. My name is Harry and I am out. Say, classy boys, I'm Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we are, like last year, or how good we are, no matter how good we are, no matter how bad we are, like this year, or how good we are, like last year. Go Habs, go, boys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay classy, boys. Ali Montreal and I am out. Stay classy, boys. Again, always remember, no matter how good we are, like last year, how bad we are this year. Go Habs, go. I don't know why I'm lapsing. See you soon. Keep your stick on the ice, hell yeah, Bob. Keep the stick on the ice, baby. See you soon, man. Bob, thank you so much for coming by. Hope to see you in the next stream. That'd be much appreciated, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for the 20+ likes, all the viewers. That's fucking cool. Cheers, Bob. Cheers, my guy. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Habs forever. Hell yeah, Adam. Habs forever, man. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am out. Love you guys. Stay classy, boys. Adam Montreal. Hell yeah, boys. Love you guys. Stay classy. Bye, boys. See you guys. Peace.